And we're live!
Yay!
Oh,
Yes,
we
with
did it.
all
We
the
made it.
enthusiasm that a Monday night has to offer. Welcome in to Hit Points Not Required charity stream, where we here like to tell stories, have a good time, but we do it for a cause. And before we start, we should really tell you who we are. So, starting tonight, for the first time ever, our ace of a DM, Owen.
Ooh.
Ooh, the chat. That's a
Multitasking.
I see something about Owen may not be heard. I think they are muted. Is that?
No. Hopefully, our producer will get right on that. Can the chat hear me? Is that a no? Hello? Yes? No? Oh, we're off to
Maybe
a
so.
rip-roaring
there's a yes.
start here.
We have a yes.
Oh, hey, okay, I can be heard. So we'll try this again. If Owen was not able to be heard, our illustrious tale weaver this evening, our ace of a DM, Owen.
Still muted.
No, what?
It is going to be the quietest adventure ever. Nothing's going to happen. We're just going to chill out, hang out, and just enjoy life on the road.
Does this mean we just get to decide that we win?
Yeah, rules is written. Yeah.
Well, that's how D&D works, right?
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
You can only give us yes or no answers. You can only nod and shake his
Okay.
head.
How about now? Can people hear me out in Twitch land?
yay!
Hey!
All right. The third
Yay!
time is a charm.
All
Our
right.
amazing
Wonderful.
DM for this evening, Owen.
Hello. I am still Owen J. Ace. I'll be your DM.
As always.
Yeah, as always. Yes, you can find me on all socials at Ace of Squares or in the chat at Owen J. Ace. Yeah.
Fantastic. As we move this streamlined introduction right along, we have all the way from Australia, by the way of Canada, Jacob.
Hello, I'm Jacob Mation. I'm still Jacob Mation. Will always be Jacob Mation, as far as I know. You can find me at Theater of the Mind Flayer in various places, and
I really hate
here
to
on
do
your.
this to us, but it says they say I think
Oh
Jacob is muted
goodness!
too. Oh, good job, Rook.
Read my lips.
Aha!
Oh, good.
So we are,
Oh, Rook. Thank you, producer Rook. Yeah. And I'm on the Hit Points Not Required network, so keep your eyes peeled.
fantastic. Moving along, we have the woman who has been defying gravity death traps for decades now. Welcome in, Trip.
Hi, I'm Sarah Tripp Swartout, but that is not necessarily a constant. We'll check in next week. Maybe I'll be someone new then. I am _Sarah_Tripp on Twitter, but I don't ever post there. So you're probably best off finding me right here or on Discord or performing with High Shelf Collective, another actual play organization.
Fantastic. I myself am Chuckles. That's Chuck with an L-A-Z or Z if you are from Canada or another country that does not like just Z. I'm probably not as funny as my name makes me sound, so blame my parents for that. You can find me at Chuckles just about everywhere, including here on Happy Hours and at Dragon Con or wherever there is fantastic cosplay.
Wait, so you don't call them ZZ Top?
No, not. I mean,
Absolutely not.
not all the time, but we will from now on. I will make a note of that right along with
speak for
milk
me.
and eggs. Moving along on this super streamlined introduction of a marvelous cast, we have our resident crafter of math rocks, Carly.
Yeah, hi guys, I'm Carly Steichen. You can find me at Carly Steichen at pretty much anywhere. That's me. You spell it right and you found me. Congratulations.
Very fair.
Fantastic. Rounding out this interesting group, we have still our favorite shade of purple, Violet.
I am Violet Crow, and you can generally just find me right here on Hit Points Not Required, one-shots, happy hours on our off weeks, all sorts of fun stuff coming up in the future. Just keep watching this channel is all I have to say.
Keep watching us wherever you find us. And not just us. We do this because we love to tell stories. We love to hang out. We love to lie. I mean, just make stuff up. But we also try and do this to support a good cause. And right now we have an excellent cause. And Violet is going to tell you a little bit more about it.
Yes. So our cause this month and next month, 2 months, is Palestine Children's Relief Fund. They do so much. They have been providing medical care and resources to children in the Middle East for more than 30 years. In addition to that incredible work that is extensive and ongoing, they're also the primary humanitarian organization in Palestine and are currently working to provide food, medicine, clean water, and other essential resources to people in Gaza throughout the ongoing crisis. So please, please, please do what you can to help us, help them, and donate. And with that, I think we are moving on to Owen. Please take it away.
Yes, all right. So, jumping right into it, we're going to begin tonight's adventure, which I like to call the worst goddamn village ever. Our story focuses on 5 adventurers. They've been questing for some time together, slaying monsters, righting wrongs as they travel across the countryside. And for the past few days, they've been traveling through a mysterious forest, one shrouded in rumor. Some say it is a mystical place linked to the Feywild, the fairy realm. Some say it touches other planes or contains portals to dream realms or far-off worlds. And some say it's a regular-ass forest. But after days of travel, you seem to be exiting the wood, possibly into something stranger. And I would like to introduce you to our characters. Chuck, if you could, I would like you to describe your character, but I would like you to do so with the knowledge that all 5 of you are currently running for your lives.
Fantastic.
As a
Magnifique.
as behind you there is a giant ominous red cloud surging like a tsunami through the trees after you.
Well, fabulous. We will have to make this quick. It is wonderful to see you all. I am a Moray. I am a Firbolg, often called the Firbolg of Flowers, because in addition to being really tall, I have to duck to get into some of these branches. It's coming really fast. We have, I have long flowing golden hair that is going to soon be red from this cloud. I have a white armor that is very gleaming, or is for now. And there are some flowers along the collar piece, and I am probably outdistancing most of the party. You guys should hurry up because I am riding on a horse, a white horse, maybe like a Clydesdale-sized horse. That goes by the name of Devotion. Come on, Devotion, faster, faster!
Perfect. And as you are running, not far behind, Carly, I would like you to describe your character and how they're dealing with this chase, as the cloud is now close enough to hear. There is a humming, a droning sound that's building louder, and you realize it's buzzing. It's not a cloud. This is a swarm of a million glowing red insects.
Oh no.
You know, I really only like my swarm of bubbles that is currently surrounding me. They're in all sorts of different colors, blues, purples, pinks. It's all like pastel, and they're just kind of like forming a bubble wall behind me as I am. Well, I am running, but I'm more jumping because I am a powder pink fawn with lavender colored fur, and so thus I have mirthful leaps, which means that as she's running, she's really just making very long jumps as her run, and it's just kind of twirling in the air and kind of every time she jumps, she does like a 360 to see where the rest of her companions are, and she's just floating and running and being like, really, swarms just be bubbles. Why the insects? I don't understand.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Did you say your character's name?
Yeah, my character's name is Bubbles.
You might have been able to guess, but beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. And close to Bubbles, Trip. I will say you are not far behind, and your character is noticing that the trees have changed. Instead of a forest, the trees are now in uniform, neat rows. And from the branches, you can see hanging, as you are sprinting, strange pale berries. You're no longer in a forest. You're in an orchard. But the swarm is not slowing down. What is your character doing right now?
Well, that seems frankly rude. I don't see why they shouldn't stop at the sign of civilization. Isn't that a sign for the bugs to stop? That should be how that works, right? So anyway,
How dare they?
this is correct, exactly. How dare they? It's rude. So this is Cenilarius Arcanlance, a long, lanky Azamar with like golden brown eyes, and they're glowing just a little bit, and long, flowing, like dark brown, like Fabio kind of hair. And they're also sort of prancing, but not in any sort of like real like fawn way, not as adroitly as Bubbles, because they're just a dude with long legs, and they're kind of doing that. They're running in the way that it's supposed to make you look good and look effortless, and it's not actually that effective.
Like a Baywatch run.
Yes, it is a very visual. It's a very aesthetic run. Cardio is not their main sport, and now yoga. But they are wearing sort of like shimmering, like almost metallic yoga pants, and some like sandals, kind of like a strappy tank top with like an opening for their abs to shine through. They're also very aesthetic abs. They're very much like show muscles, and they're trying to run along because they do not like bugs. This does not seem fair, and is not their idea of a good time. And this is Larry, as they're colloquially known.
Perfect.
Much against their will, but now they're embracing it and pretending it was their idea in the first place.
Awesome. All right. And near Larry, Violet, your character is nearby, and as they sprint, they can see in a distance a settlement, a town, or a village that is ringed with a wooden wall. And as the party gets closer, you notice signs labeled Fine Field pointing to the settlement in the distance. What is your character doing? What do they look like?
So Gwilyn is riding as well, like Amore is, although a smaller, a pony, riding a black pony, and is just kind of very laser focused on running away from this swarm, but also now heading straight toward this sign of civilization, leaning down low forward on the horse. And she has just like a simple practical black cloak. From what you can see of her clothes underneath, again, simple, practical, comfortable, just like woven pants, leather boots, dark colors. You can see a little bit of like a high collar, sort of linen shirt poking up from the cloak. She's got sort of like a medium light gray skin, with long pointed elvish ears and dark hair in a braid hanging over one shoulder. Um, she has fastening the cloak a silver brooch that looks like the head of a raven. On her, hooked onto her pack on her back, is a small buckler shield with a similar symbol, and you can just barely see poking out from under the cloak as she leans forward a wooden handle of some kind of weapon that she's carrying at her hip, maybe 2 feet long or so, still partially concealed, as she is just leaning low, speeding as quickly as she can in this direction. Just a quick wave of her arm to signal to her group, this is where we're going. And just bolts.
Awesome. And as you all approach, Jacob, it is your character that sees that atop the wall surrounding this this settlement, there is someone waving towards you to get the attention of your group. It is a figure with horns and a furry bovine face. You see them run to a small post and begin ringing an alarm bell. You can hear that ding, 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 sort of in the distance, growing louder as you approach. And the wooden gates are just barely starting to pull open. Could you describe your character for us?
Yeah, you would see a 5-foot-tall grung, an orange frog. You would see that they must be in their like 70s, maybe 60s or 70s. You would see that he is wearing a t-shirt, an old kind of stained t-shirt that just sits above his belly button. His stomach kind of is the first thing that enters a doorway. You would see it says on it Grand Dadpole. You can see that he's got what look to be blue jeans that his stomach just kind of hangs over the top of, and he's got those bare kind of flippery feet that are just kind of, as he runs, they just he runs for about 5 or so feet and goes and then springs 25 feet and keeps running and then stops for a second and then keeps running. He kind of gestures forward. As I gesture forward, I'll just shout out. Everyone else is ahead of me. I'll just shout out and say, "Yes, the doorway, ringing the bells. Someone up there's looked out for us. I'll be there in a second."
Awesome. And all 5 of you, as you approach this final clearing before the gates, I would like all of you to roll a Constitution saving throw as the cloud just barely begins to overtake you, and you start to feel the first stings in your exposed skin.
So first off, it's a natural 20 for me for a total of 26. But how close is everyone to me? So they might get a little something on this save.
You said you were pulling to the head of the group.
No.
But
you're all on your own. I tried.
Will's on a pony.
Yeah, I will say Will is close enough right now.
I mean, my speed is 40 feet, but it's
Will and
not
Bubbles
60
are close enough.
feet of course.
Add 4 to your saves.
Ooh, that's good, because I have a +0 in con.
Yeah, I mean, I would add it, but I don't know if it matters because I got a natural 1. But
I did, however, roll a natural 17, so that would make it 21.
Oh.
yeah, I mean, with the 4, it puts me at 11.
Okay.
You know, I got a natural 2, and I really think that just shows how much we're soulmates.
All right.
I mean,
so,
I am exuding an aura of love. So, maybe that helps you. Or maybe it hurts you. Who knows?
So anyone who got a 12 or higher, you're going to have this damage. You're just going to take 4 necrotic damage as something strange happens as these stings bite into you. Anyone who failed this check will suffer 9 necrotic damage.
Ow, my
Ooh, unless
ass.
you're resistant to that.
That's
Oh, it's necrotic.
Is this a
I
spell?
am resistant.
No, I'm
Thank
just
you.
gonna ask. I don't think it is, but is it a spell?
It is not a spell.
But you did say
Maybe it doesn't
necrotic, and I forgot to consider that.
Correct.
Hell yeah. Thanks, Daddy. I mean, thanks, Yoga. Yoga has made me just resistant to necrotic damage. It's icky. I take such good care of myself that I don't take all of the damage.
Yoga, as in just like the real world practice of yoga.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know. People really underestimate how much it does for your core and for your inner peace and your, frankly, your magical abilities.
That's great, Larry. How is Darren doing?
Darren is currently kind of being swarmed by whatever this is, and he's kind of reaching back. As he's reaching back, he's kind of slapping his shoulders wherever he's getting hit by whatever this is. It's kind of slapping himself down, and he's kind of trying to talk to whatever's doing this. Go, this is very rude. This is actually quite uncalled for. And he's just trying to cast friends on what he assumes are little bees trying to attack him. Yeah, listen. I'm a big fan of honeycomb and honey. No need for this.
Yeah, you're casting this friend spell to like reduce their temper or something, and you're able to get like one at a time. Like you get one to like slow down, and then another one to slow down. But there's like a few dozen still that take its place. As you guys can see, these look like big sort of wasps or hornets that have this sort of arcane red glow around them. But you all just in time reach this opening gate, and as you pass, it is closed behind you, and there's a sort of arcane like boom, and a glow as like runes on the gate form sort of a force field, and you see this wave of insects stop as if they hit a wall, some sort of protective magic, and
raid.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That
Which
one
brings
was
us to our
friendly.
sponsor tonight.
Magical raid.
Not our sponsor.
Did you do that, Darren?
No, maybe I did. I had a little bit of a chat with a couple of the little nasty fellows. I gave them what for.
Really
Told them
job.
thank you. I probably should have tried to eat one of them.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe you needed to put your teeth in.
I'm not a big fan of spicy food.
Well, it doesn't look like the eating was necessary, given the effectiveness.
You hear a voice go, "Yeah, I would not recommend it." And you see this, the guard that you saw at the top of the wall, you can see now is a minotaur with sort of light brown hair, very like long straightish hair, sort of like a Highland cow, so that the hair hangs like bangs over.
Bit of a fringe.
The fringe covering his eyes every now and then. He goes, but he says, yeah, those are we call them the curse bugs, but you should be fine as long as none of them stung you.
Oh. What happens if they did sting you? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah, then you're cursed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sorry. It's sort of
How bad?
not too bad. It sort of depends. The curses tend to affect everyone in different. And he his head falls as he falls asleep standing up.
Oh.
Okay, all right. So that will not be very, very good.
I
for
give
him.
him a poke. I just poke his chest.
Do you think he's cursed or just tired?
You poke him and he goes, "Ways."
Uh-huh.
I had a blanket that was like halfway out, ready to. Sorry.
Oh no. Yeah.
Have you been stung?
I have. Yeah, I'm sort of the night watchman, so it's pretty inconvenient that
Yeah,
I
odd choice.
I used
stay
to
late
nap like
anymore.
that a fair bit. Yes, I used to nap like
Yeah,
that a fair bit
yeah,
back when I
it's
had a patron. Yeah, it was necessary.
oh, it'd be nice if I didn't do it quite so often.
Oh,
My name is Boffo Freely. I'm the watchman here, the guard and security around here. This is Finefield, by the way.
Oh.
Do we really think that that's like the right job for you? Just
Well, we don't know what the other curses are.
Oh, that's right. Well, you should be happening any minute now. I would like
Oh.
all of you to roll a d10, and
yeah,
we're gonna
random
go,
rolls.
and then we're gonna go
Love random rolls.
in order so that we don't do repeats. But I'll go in reverse order. Jacob, could you give me a d10 roll, please?
On the D10, that is a just a 3.
A 3. Okay. So as the magic takes hold, you find that you can no longer control the volume of your voice. It fluctuates wildly. Violet, could you roll a d10?
Oh, jeez.
Let me back off the mic a little bit.
A 1.
A 1.
I'm rolling hot tonight. All 1 so far.
Okay. You hear a muffled sound behind you. A weapon or item that you carry is now sentient and can speak. It is overly critical of you.
Oh,
My shield. The raven on my shield seems to be squawking something at me.
oh.
Oh, the shield has like a bird symbol or a bird skull, or
It's a raven, like a raven head symbol.
Right. Yeah, like you hear like this, like
Sorry, I didn't get a faster horse.
it's a bit late for that. Trip, a D10 roll, please.
All right, I rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay. Your inner monologue becomes outer monologue. You are compelled to speak or
Real.
whisper your thoughts aloud.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so
I'm not
annoying.
sure how much that changes for Larry.
Yeah.
Honestly, true for Larry. Like, no, this is fine. My body is so well tuned. There is absolutely no way a curse could take hold. It's simply impossible. Unlike the rest of these people who never seem to listen to me when I tell them that a long rest really requires 8 hours of committed rest, and I haven't seen any of them ever use any skincare regimen. So they're all definitely going to get cursed.
I'm sorry, what did you say, Larry? I
What?
wasn't listening. What did you say? I wasn't listening.
You're definitely cursed. I mean, I didn't mean to say that. Well, but you are. You're going to get cursed. You really, like, I see the mats in your fur. If you would just let me, like, recommend a nice conditioner to you. Yes, all of these people are definitely going to get cursed. And what's more, they're not going to live full lifetimes.
I use yours. Your products.
Oh yes, okay. Well, Bubbles might be fine. Bubbles might be okay. Bubbles is.
I use the same shampoo, a body wash, and
Waffle
brush
wakes
my
up again.
teeth.
Well, does it really count when your teeth are in a jar?
That's true. Pull out a jar with my teeth in it, shake them.
All right. Carly, could you give me a D10 roll?
Yeah, I got a 7.
A 7. Everyone's
That's not a good sound.
We got no repeats so far. So something about your posture changes. You realize you're suddenly more comfortable running on all fours. When running this way, your speed will increase 10 feet. Otherwise, it's decreased 10 feet.
Well, it's not terrible because my walking speed is 40, so that means I'm either going to be 30 or 50.
Or
So
50.
it's not too bad.
That's actually pretty crazy.
full goat mode.
Yeah. I gotta go full goat
Hey,
mode.
look. She has definitely done some interpretive dance classes, so you know she'll make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And Chuck, if you could give me a 5. Okay, your body is somewhat magnetized. Tiny metal objects in your vicinity are pulled towards you. They stick to
I'm wearing metal armor. I
Wait.
don't know.
Why did you take my ring?
I'm sorry.
Darren's right hip starts to kind of drift
It's
forward.
fine. You can have it.
Love works in mysterious ways.
bit of trouble there.
You can keep it. It's fine.
So as you guys are like, coming to grips with like these new effects, the alarm bell has seemed to gotten the attention of the townspeople. You see people, a crowd starting to gather. People are coming out of their huts. You see, as you look around at this town, there's a simple thoroughfare of thatch roof buildings, very humble cottages making up this village. But it does culminate in one 2-story manor at the end of this main road, encircled by a tall gate. There is something familiar and idyllic about the settlement, yet so unremarkable and nondescript, it's almost unsettling. And you see these commoners come out and sort of like see what the commotion is. But there is also a horse-drawn carriage approaching from the tall manor, and opening the door. You see this foppish human man who wears a neat suit and a top hat. He has a sort of broomish mustache, and addresses the crowd and says, "Well, now everyone, just settle down. I just don't think we need all that alarm. That bell is so loud. But it seems we have new visitors. That is great." And people sort of
They
like
do not instill confidence. This leader does not instill confidence in me or in anyone.
Yeah. So hi, I'm Bubbles.
Oh, hello. And what brings you here at this not at all inconvenient time for our town?
Oh, a nasty bug swarm, unlike the really awesome bubble swarm I have, kind of chased us here.
There's like a murmur
It's just
of
bubbles like floating.
yeah, you see like people are sort of like in awe. They start to like reach out for the bubbles, but
They
there's
don't pop.
they don't pop.
It's
They just
even
sort of
more fun.
No.
yeah. People are like passing them like a beach ball at a concert. Sort of,
Spread
but
out.
there's this sort of like murmur of like unknowing like concern at the mention of these curse bugs. It seems people like have been dealing with this for a while. But the man in the carriage, who's just sort of like standing in the doorway of his carriage, not really like getting out, says, "Well, I am Mayor Brimbaugh. Welcome to Finefield, and I would like to assure everyone that everything is still just fine here in Finefield. We don't want to cause alarm for our guest."
Are a lot of your people cursed?
Are we the guests?
That place.
Well, define a lot, and the crowd is like nodding. But
And you didn't do anything about it?
I can assure you that myself, along with our illustrious patron, Baron Demetra, he sort of motions behind him, like inside the carriage, still sitting in the sort of shadows of this coach, a veiled figure with a veil over what looks like horns and like very like stately dark clothing. Um, uh, says nothing. You can just sort of like gives the slightest nod, and the mayor says, our patron is here to help. We will be discussing the problem of the cursed bogs, which will soon no longer be a problem. So everyone can just relax.
I'm not sure I believe you.
Over, and meanwhile in the corner, it's like, as I, Senilarius Arkanlance, listened to this nervous-sounding man, I could not help but think there was something amiss with what they were saying.
Back when I was a full-time druid, we used pesticides, but then again, that was back before everything got all healthy.
I mean, have you just thought about talking to the bugs and showing them how much you love them, and maybe they will take the curse away?
Oh, I tried that, and it didn't work very well.
Oh.
Well, you created that barrier, so maybe it worked.
I did, with my words!
You're shouting at me, sir.
I'm so sorry, I seem to have trouble controlling the volume of my voice.
I'm going to go over and reach out to shake the mayor's hand. Is he wearing anything metal?
Yes, there are some rings and there's some buttons on his on his shirt. He hesitates at first, but then reaches towards you.
I'd like to provide the help action if he's trying to steal by having just like a bubble float right in front of his face.
Oh, okay. This is we're doing greetings, hello, and like he sort of like pushes this away, and let's see if he
or not trying, but either way, Bubbles finds it interesting.
Yeah, you hear the like tink 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 as like two like rings a button, and you but he
so sorry. Here, how about your team? Maybe if you
and there's a sort of like a sort of like a vaudevillian comedy routine as he takes one, loses another one, takes one, this sort of like juggling thing. His necklace is like hovering towards you. He goes, all right, that's fine. That's just, you know what? I need to discuss things with the Baron, and we will need privacy. So we will be retire to my manor, and you all are.
Let's go to the manor. That's fine.
You're not curious?
These are private deliberations, I'm afraid. But
I thought you meant we. We?
No, just myself and the Baron. But you all are free, I suppose, to partake in our town. But everything is fine, please. No need for ruckus or rabble rousing or everything. Everything is fine in Finefield.
You sound so nervous and uncomfortable in your own skin.
No one's nervous.
Let me. That man is definitely nervous.
Okay.
But I,
Senilarius
Arkanlance, know
he's
exactly
definitely
how to
hiding something.
Here, let me. I know what's wrong here. I know what you're hiding from me. Here, let me. And I go up and touch the guy's face.
Oh, so much.
Exactly. He doesn't do. Your skin is dry. Your lips are chapped. You are clearly having a severe dearth of self-care, and that is what is wrong with your entire village. I would say. I mean, it seems kind of. It's fine. It's fine. It's a fine place. It's fine.
It's fine, Baron.
And by fine, I mean deeply, tragically mediocre, and that is not what anyone should aspire to or allow. Your body is a temple. Your town is the temple for the temple that is your body. You must take care of yourself, and the town will follow. You need a spa day, and lucky for you, Darren has done like a million things and has some mushrooms. I don't know. And Bubbles is the moment. Bubbles is the vibe. Will is a goddess.
Aww,
God,
that's
Will
so
is
nice.
a goddess. Amore is just surrounded by love, and we can help. We can help. I am a self-help guru. I acquired mystical powers. We can get you back on track.
All right. Well,
Bill is meanwhile completely oblivious to what's happening here and turning over her shoulder and arguing with her shield.
yeah.
I don't know this area, okay? I didn't know where else to go. This was the only place that looked like a safe place. What do you want me to do?
I can't see what's going on. Wear me in front.
I pull the shield off, slide it onto my wrist, and just hold it in front of me. All right, shut up. Just shut up.
Is it metal?
It's metal, but it's not that. I don't know if it's small enough.
I may be moving to the shield. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how strong your magnetism is, but
Well, I mean, this is a magnetism of love. It is the most powerful thing in the world.
Yeah, I think if you stand too close, then it's sort of like knocks up against him. But the mayor, I think, turns to you and says, like, well, this has been very I need to go. So please have a drink. We are known for our wine. Buffo, please. And he just closes the door.
I recognize incontinence when I see it. Let the man go.
No one's incontinent. You hear from like.
I want to try and
I wouldn't count on that.
like-
And I pat my jeans that have a diaper underneath.
I want to try and send a couple of my bubbles after the mayor.
Okay.
Like floating gently along and like following him wherever he goes. And listening. Because, they're...
Oh, can you listen through your bubbles?
No, but I have speak with animals, so I'm going to ask them afterwards.
Okay.
What happened?
All right. Do they have stats? Can you roll like stealth for your swarm?
I mean, I can, but they're bubbles, so they're not stealthy at all. Like, it'll be obvious that the bubbles are just, like, floating along after them. Because it's just my swarm. It says, like, your swarm is, like, a bunch of, like, little tiny beasts that surround you, and I'm just minor bubbles. But, no, they're not stealthy at all. It's very obvious that the bubbles are just kind of floating after them.
So as this carriage pulls away, these bubbles float after the carriage. Bafo is sort of dispersing the crowd, but he gives a look towards you and says, believe me, I think I share your concerns. This might be something to discuss over a drink, perhaps. I'll find you over at the Middling Mage, and he points to like a tavern not too far away.
Okay.
Wonder if they have a nice Moscato.
Is somebody going to take over for you? Or are you just abandoning your post?
Well, I'm supposed to be guarding the mayor's house after this.
Then it's fine. You can come.
So you're a god who moonlights as a god.
Yeah, you could say that. I'm a man of many
Just poke him again.
talents, but I will. I can spare a minute. I'll meet you in the tavern. I'll be discreet. And he sort of like finishes like, ushering the people, dispersing the crowd. You see, not too far away, some of the townspeople are going into this small, quaint little tavern with a sign that says "The Middling Mage."
Is there perchance stables or anything nearby? So
There's a small stable, pretty much like a covered like kitchen post with a few pack animals. But yes, there's a stable where you can hit your mouth.
Yeah. Bring devotion in, brush down, try and take off the bridle and everything, have it stick to me, and try and pull it off
Oh.
again.
It takes a little bit longer. this whole routine.
Do the same with Glora, my pony, and I will be slowed not by magnetism, but by the constant criticism of doing everything about this wrong.
Yeah,
Usually travel with horses. I'm doing my best.
you're doing it wrong.
So
That knot is not secure.
On one side, there's your shield saying things wrong, and then there's on the other side, Larry, unaware of saying all this out loud, like, look, see how she brushes the mane of that wonderful beast. The only thing more wondrous than the beast is the hand that holds the brush that combs the mane.
Hey,
Out loud.
Larry, you want to just go to the
Shut
bar?
up.
I just like grab Larry's arm and start pulling him towards the bar.
Thank you.
I pull a very, very thick wallet out of the back of my jeans, and it kind of makes like a sound as I open it. I pull out a senior's card and kind of slip it back in my pocket, and I walk in holding it up, and I go, "Window seat, please, booth preferable." Oh.
Larry
you guys,
approves.
you guys enter this.
Says
this
it out
tavern.
loud.
Yeah. You guys all enter the tavern. The atmosphere in the Middling Mage is adequately welcoming and strikingly mediocre. There's an unimpressive fire that purrs in the hearth as a bard sort of repeats a nondescript melody on the lute. There are farmhands here who sort of smile half-heartedly as they toast with what looks like wine. Looks like everyone here is drinking wine.
Marvelous.
And yeah, at the counter, you see that there is a gnomish barkeep serving drinks. What would you all like to do?
I go up to the bar. Do you have anything with bubbles, like champagne or mimosas?
Larry approves.
Bubbles. No. Unfortunately, we have our specialty here, which is our fine berry wine.
Can you make it have bubbles?
I guess I could get a straw and blow bubbles in it, but I don't know how long that will last. Well, all right. And he starts pouring cups of wine that are this sort of like palish shade of purple, reminiscent of the berries that you all saw in the orchard. And on the fifth one, he gets a straw and just before handing you this saucer full of wine. One of them is in a sort of like flower vase. One is in what looks like it used to be an old helmet. There's like a punch bowl and different like serving containers for each of these servings of wine. And there's our fine berry wine.
You don't have a champagne flute, perhaps?
Flute, like the
I have some.
You have
I pull out like 5 little champagne flutes and start pouring the wine.
He goes and like, put those away, and he like his eyes like widen like in terror, and he jumps like behind the counter, and as
I think he's cursed.
Yeah, you see him like jump into like a chest and close it, and he goes,
I guess we don't have to pay.
Extreme.
And I just
you get those godforsaken things out of my tavern. But it's like muffled. It's like
What was that?
not sure what he said. I think there's a table over there.
I just take mine in the flower vase. I don't use a glass. I'll just take the vase and walk over to a table.
I was reaching for the flower vase. I mean, okay, fine. I will take some. I will take another. It's fine.
He's like, it's my whole thing.
I will just have one line for me. And do you have a early bird special for my friend? No.
You look over, you
He's in
see
the chest.
Darren's wandered over to the stage where the bard is. He's got his hands on his hips. He's just looking up and kind of nodding. You just hear him go, "I was in a band once. Have you heard of Rage Against the Machine? A great band. We had a song called Owlbear Necessities. You heard that one? Play Freebird. Play Freebird."
Some people in the crowd are like, hear the music.
I'll go over and hand Darren a saucer, whatever was.
No, they're in champagne flutes now.
Will's just glaring at anyone who's trying to shush Darren.
Yeah, I think when you glare, like everyone it hushes and is like trying to pretend that they didn't just shush.
Darren actually starts like doing beat poetry over whatever the bard's playing. Bees around me, it's all I sees. I see stinging, hurting, pain, nothing to gain. He's just doing that.
Roll a performance
It's
check for me.
relatable. You know, it's
Darren,
Just happened.
Darren.
I've never seen a purer form of self-expression.
Okay.
So timely.
universal experience. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's just sort of like exchanging looks. You hear your shield go, "What the hell is he doing?"
Shut up!
So before long, you guys see that Boffo enters. He comes in and joins you with this jewelry box full of wine, and sits at the at this table. You see, like everyone in this tavern like has different containers. But he says like, sorry about the mayor. I know it's sort of a weird situation. Honestly, a lot of us have a lot of our own suspicions about him and the sort of shadowy figure that's come to visit. Something's going on.
Is the shadowy figure adult acne? Because I've been there, and there are solutions, and it would make everyone feel so much better.
You want to know if the person in the carriage was the concept of adult acne?
Well, now I wasn't even thinking about the figure in the carriage at all, but it's plausible. Magic is real.
That's true. No,
And it comes
I
from
don't
yoga.
think. Well, actually, I don't know if they're adult acne. No one's really talked to the Baron except for the mayor. There are some people, myself included, who want to sort of find out what's happening and maybe confront the mayor or say something to the mayor or maybe to the Baron. But we sort of are keeping it hushed. It's sort of like a, I don't know, secret resistance.
Perhaps if you phrase it in beat poetry, our resident expert can help you, and we could do a performance for the mayor. And during the performance, the poetry conveys the message of what you want.
There's an old story from an old bard who once did a story about a young man trying to figure out who killed his father, and he put on a little play trying to trip up his uncle.
Oh, I've seen that one. It was honestly, frankly terrible, and it shouldn't have gone on for 3 hours, but I have seen it.
Well, I'm sure if we added some performative yoga, it would be great.
Oh yes, that's exactly what it needs.
There are no bad ideas in a brainstorm. But
Oh, is that what? I don't feel like we're in a storm. Are we in a storm?
Rhythm gymnastics. That's what this needs.
Ooh, I do have my ribbons.
Bubbles is everything. How did I not realize how much of a genius Bubbles is this whole time?
I totally love this idea. Let's do it.
Do you want a ribbon?
I will take a ribbon.
Larry. Oh, I pull out another one and I go, Larry, you want a ribbon?
Yes, I do.
They're homemade.
I do some little lunges with the ribbon while only half listening to what Bob is saying.
I'm
Yeah,
just chugging my flower base.
okay. Your shield is like, might want to take it easy.
I just drop the shield face down on the ground.
And Boffo sort of pulls this metal jewelry box off of Mori's armor to drink some more. Well, I've got to go take my post outside the mayor's manor, but there are some people. If you're willing to confront the mayor or do some sort of beat poetry rhythmic gymnastics presentation, there are some people in town who might know more about what's going on. I recommend that you talk to them. And once, maybe if you gather evidence or info, at least about what's going on, I could maybe let you into the manor to, talk to the mayor or perform, whichever you decide. But there were 3 people in particular who I've talked to who might know more. One is the merchant, Enzo, who has a store in the middle of town.
Shopping.
There's the fortune teller, Madam Magic is what she calls herself. And Deidre Axenface, who is the woodcutter.
Was
I
she
hope
named
never
that
actually
before or
got
after
into
her
the accent
profession?
phase.
That too.
Sorry, what was that, Carly?
Oh, I said I hope she never got an axe in her face.
Yeah, it's a sort of morbid name. I'm afraid to ask. She doesn't look like she's got an axe in her face, though. But I'll be taking my leave. Come find me when maybe you've talked to them all. And he takes
Okay.
his leave. And I think at this point we might we might take a break for an ad as we prepare to question the townsfolk here in Finefield.
Where everything's definitely fine.
Everything is definitely fine.
Totally fine.
Worst goddamn village ever. Everything sticks to you.
I mean, we get to have a rhythmic gymnastics performance.
All right. And we are back.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. You
Always
did
with the greatest enthusiasm.
it. Thank you all for joining us on Hit Points Not Required. We are raising money tonight for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So thank you for joining us and having fun. And if you can, please help us support the cause. But yes, with that, I'm going to jump back into our adventure. Our party of adventurers have arrived in this strange town of Finefield. They have just convened in the tavern, drinking was a pretty bland wine. But they've just gotten intel from Boffo, the guardsman, about 3 figures in town who he recommends talking to sort of figure out what's going on. The strange goings on in this village. So I will kick it over to our players. What would you like to do? The 3 people that Boffo mentioned were the woodcutter, the merchant, and the fortune teller.
I'm going to try and pulse a container of the wine and try and hand it to Will, and I'm going to have this thing snap back as I'm having this conversation. It just keeps going back and forth. Do you find it strange?
Just keep it. Just keep it. Just keep it.
Okay. You're just walking around with all sorts of random.
Yeah, there's just like coins, like a fork, different things like stuck to your armor right now.
But Quill, do you find it strange? Is this Buffalo wants us to go and talk to other people to find out, rather than just telling us what he has to know what these other people would say, right?
He is a strange person.
No.
So
He probably fell asleep when talking to them, and so doesn't really remember and didn't want to say anything because it's embarrassing. We should definitely go and talk to them for him.
that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Well, oh yes, it does make a lot of sense. I say only after Will has said it.
I was an arborist a long time ago, and I've got a bit of the woodcutter in me, so I could probably go and talk to Deirdre Chopface Axe McGillicuddy.
All right, shall we go then to
My next
Axe
character.
McGillicuddy?
Wait, are we going
D&D
to
Axe
the woodcutter
McGillicuddy.
first?
Should we all go to one person, or do we split up and
We just stay together. Stay together. I don't like
Divide
this
and
place.
conquer.
I was-
That's
Yes,
what
we
we
should
did
stay
on the
together.
beaches back in the war.
Oh
Which
my
one was that
God.
again?
Huh?
Which one was that again? Do you remember? No?
That would be the one between the drow and the high elves. I stuck my nose in. They came past my pond. It's a story for another time. Perhaps another beat poem I can throw together. I'm happy to
Darren,
go where you want to go.
Are you okay?
Isn't that a question we ask all of ourselves? Are we okay? Honestly,
Yes,
I
it
just
is.
got
Never been
inspired.
okay.
Darren, you have such good rhythm from your beat poetry. Maybe you should try the hoop for our rhythmic gymnastics. You want one?
Oh,
And I just pull out like a little hula hoop.
Wait. Is it
I slap my yeah.
Not the hip.
I slap
not
on my
the
hip and I say, "This baby's got a lot of talk in it. Here we go!"
no.
I'll start.
Oh no.
I'm gonna guide myself as I do this. I'm gonna kind of touch myself and Lord, have mercy on these hips.
I believe in you.
I'm like clutching my raven brooch as I watch this.
Rhythm is a dancer.
Yeah. Roll a performance check again with this with this
Absolutely
guidance.
love this.
With this guidance, okay.
Yeah.
I'll
With
press
this
prestidigitate some like little sparks and roses and flowers in the air around you.
That is a 10.
Can the prestidigitation count as a help action?
Yeah. Roll with advantage as what effects are you making with the prestidigitation?
There's just a little bit of like there are just floating flowers in the air, and the smell, a lovely scent of like, you've said your pond, so a little bit of like pond flowers and.
That's a
Water lilies.
That's a
Yeah.
16. These hips don't lie.
Oh. Yeah.
No,
see
but
people
you
already
fall
sort of
off.
like getting
Oh,
into it.
God.
Like, just sort
Shakira,
of, like, going
Shakira.
along.
Larry did not know to be so impressed with
Yeah.
with Darren's moves. It is
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's like
That's how I
people
stay so
like getting
trim.
into it. It's like one of those dance numbers in movies where like everybody joins in and they're like, "Do the frog man," and they all just roll along.
As he's
So we
doing
start
this,
a flash mob.
I'm like trying to go in there to help when it looks like it's going to fall down, but every time I do, the hip just jumps back into place because I can't go, and then I'm back off.
There's just a little
Yeah,
ow, ow.
Yeah, you're altering the like elliptical course of the hips with this magnetic field.
Genuinely concerned that you're leaking heavy metals into your bloodstream through that. You really should get a ceramic one, but not my place. Not my
All
place.
right.
At this stage, I haven't got much to live, so why not live it up, baby? Hey, can any of you people here tell us where to find a woodcutter?
They're like, "Yeah, it's just down that way," as they're dancing along.
Let's dance to Axe McGillicuddy.
So
I guess
just
I
on
start a
the
conga line in that direction.
yeah, after a very satisfying dance number, you have directions to the eastern edge of town, where apparently there is a cottage where the woodcutter lives. And
On our way there. Sorry, continue.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, on our way there, Bubbles sidles up to Will and it's like, "Well, I don't want you to be left out, so maybe you could try these." And I hand her two little like clubs. They're the like plasticky like clubs that they use in rhythmic, like juggling.
Okay. Thanks.
Uh-huh.
I just stare at them as I walk.
They're absolutely bright pink.
Ah, okay, good.
The ones we use.
Your shield is like, "Juggle them, go for it. Everyone's expecting you."
I attempt to juggle.
Can I give Will guidance now?
Sure. Roll a either performance or a sleight of hand.
It's gonna be bad. No. Let's see. Let's go with performance. It's a 13
Oh,
With guidance?
with guidance. Let's see. That makes it a 14.
My God, she's a prodigy.
Considering I had a -1.
yeah. I think you surprise yourself a little. You manage to like keep
Oh.
them up. You get a little rhythm for a
Okay.
few seconds.
Yeah.
Um,
I see how this goes. I think it's like, oh shit. I keep it up for a little bit, and then it just.
yeah. And your shield is like, "You got lucky."
I turned to the shield.
Melt
We
this
all
thing
have
down.
been-
As you're walking, just put the shield face down in the dirt. Just dragging
I
it
know.
like a thread.
I want to like just chuck it, but I know I need it, and I'm like, oh, you f***ing bastard.
It would not really go very far anyway.
I'm gonna stroll. I'm gonna stroll over to Will, and I'll kind of give Will a little nod, and kind of say, like, nod to the shield as it's kind of running its mouth off, and just say,
I had a very critical parents when I was a young one, and it turned me into the man I am today. Perhaps if I may,
and I'm gonna touch the shield, and I'm gonna do a blessing of the forge, and I'm just gonna give it a +1 to its AC, and say,
maybe this will put them in a better mood. I found my parents, they both were in better moods when I gave my blessings to them, and they gave their blessings back. So enjoy that!
Thank you, Darren. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your support.
You can tell by the way she responds. Will really respects Darren a lot, and is like
Now,
very excited about this.
I walk
Yes.
off, hands clasped behind back. Just that kind of old man kind of waddle off.
Yeah.
Larry, do you have anything for the removing the extra wax or something? I think my hearing is a little off. Every time Darren talks, it's like loud and soft and loud. I just maybe there's something you have a tonic or some product or something.
Well, I
Could
do
you
have
use?
looped earplugs that can filter out excess sound at certain frequencies, but keep your comprehension up. But no, I think Darren is just doing that. I think he's just doing that. Perhaps
so
it's
it's not
because
just me?
all of you have gotten cursed.
Oh, it's not just me.
What?
Oh,
I haven't been cursed.
I think it's just creative emphasis. You know, it's it's part of the practice.
oh,
Yeah, but
should we all
Bubbles, how are
use this?
you? How are you walking right now? Are you on?
Oh, normally, because I imagine that most of them are about 30 feet, so she's walking normally to walk with them.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to get on all fours to walk at the same speed as them.
Yes,
That's
see,
true.
Bubbles. See, it is as I suspected. I'm staring off into the middle distance, like I'm not actually talking to anyone. Bubbles and I are the only one immune to this curse because we take such good care of ourselves and use conditioner, and just the inner peace that we have has inured us to the power of any evils.
Yeah, what they said.
Darren's cursed as fuck.
So if we just use the skin product, and our skin would be glowing, and we would be cuss-free.
Yes, that is
Well,
what
I mean, we
believe. It
don't
might
know
not
if
be
it'll cure
just
the
skin.
curse. You might have had to have been doing it beforehand.
Yes, you really have to. It's
Preventative.
consistency. Consistency is key.
Hmm.
But I have a program. I have a patented 34-step program to betterment, to
34.
self-betterment. And at step 34, you just spontaneously develop magical powers, like I did.
No, you skip
Yeah,
one,
it's
you have to go
definitely
back to
how
the
I
start.
developed my powers.
What? What was that, Bubble? Sorry.
I said it's definitely how I developed my powers.
There we go. Proof.
The first 3, 4, 5 steps are very similar to grief. Dabda. Yeah.
Yes, there is a
Yeah.
powerful.
And
emotional
after that,
reckoning
you must
have to go through.
exfoliate and cleanse.
Is there a step where you have to apologize to everyone, or is
Oh,
that...
No,
you
of course
never
not. I know these
Darren
things back
gets it.
to front.
I'm pretty sure apologizing sends you back to step 1.
Hmm, it's
I'm
true.
sorry, what? Oh shit!
Just simply be better to start with. Then you don't have to apologize. Anyway.
All right. As
When your friend rides a horse and the whole thing's of course he's a moray. Looks like we're near the woodcutters by the looks of it.
yeah.
Yeah, the woodcutter I see ahead.
And with that, you guys see the woodcutter's cottage, just a little ways, just like at the very edge of town. But as you approach, you see this figure, this dwarven woman, who you assume to be Deidre. She is lively and bright-eyed, with well-muscled arms that seem to have never seen sleeves. But she is currently locked in battle with a giant construct that looks like it's made of firewood. And as you arrive, she charges valiantly toward this lumbering monstrosity. She says, "Stand back! I've got this!" And she starts hacking away. But from every axe wound, wood and bark sprout and regrow thicker, more vibrant than before. And then with one swing of this creature's club-like arm, it sends Deidre just skidding back towards the cottage, across the dusty ground. She says, "Tentatively, I've got this. Most likely, I've got
Are you
this."
sure you don't want help? You put
Did
on
you
quite
learn-
a performance.
I charge towards the construct.
Larry's internal
All right.
monologue is like, she does not got this.
And with that, I will ask you all to roll initiative.
I'm gonna
please.
shout. Yay! As we're rolling initiative, I'll shout in Dwarven because I the one thing I wrote Dwarvish. I'll shout at her and I'll say, "You've got to keep your fists up, keep your guard up. I was a pugilist back in the day. I've got you. I'll coach you." Oh boy! And I'll give her bardic inspiration.
Oh, nice.
You know, about an hour ago, I was like, man, I will cast Mage Armor at the beginning of this, just to have it up for the last 8 hours. And you know what I didn't do? Ever cast Mage Armor, so I am weak. Alright.
Would you like some?
No, I can't cover my abs. That would rob me of my power.
Did anyone get 20 or above?
I got a dirty 20.
Damn.
Nice.
Grandpa Frog ready to spring into action.
15
Yeah,
or
well,
up.
when you're a trainer, you're a trainer.
17.
17 for More. 10 and up.
14.
14 is Bubbles.
About to be like, oh no.
Oh, I don't think you understand that she puts on a full rhythmic gymnastics performance when she fights. It's just with the balls because she has bubbles.
Perfect. 5 and up.
I have an 8.
9.
Your charge is so fast, Will.
I'm
It's so
charging in, and I'm somehow the last to get.
Yeah.
I'm narrating the event, and I still do it faster than you.
All right. So at the top of the order, Darren, we have you up first as you face down this firewood abomination thing.
Band name.
I'm going to leap straight across to wherever Deirdre is, and help her to her feet, and kind of like a boxing or a fighting coach. I'm gonna be like, "You want to keep your guard up. You want to keep the dukes up. And if they come at you, you got to come back at them twice as strong. Okay? And I'm going to, I will toss a fairy fire onto that creature there. I'm just going to call out and go, "You ain't shit!" And as I spit comes from my mouth, and just kind of rains down on him, and I'll need a dex save, DC 12 from him.
All right. Ooh. You got a 4.
He's covered in this orange sheen now, and I'm concentrating on that. He attacks have advantage, and I'll just kind of be behind her, shadow boxing.
Yeah, you see, there's
That's
now
my
this
turn.
magical glow on this firewood creature that sort of highlights its weak spots. It makes it easier to target.
Like
next
one of
to me-
those arcade games where like the red circles on the joints when you're trying to kill the
Yeah. Amore, we have you next.
I will pull out 3 roses. I will toss one to Will. I will toss one to Bubbles. I will keep one for myself. And as I do that, I say, "May the blessings of love guide you." And we are blessed.
Thanks, Amore.
And I will just sort of walk between the creature and our friend Deidre, and just hold up my hands like this. And maybe the hand near Deidre, the axe just sort of happens to go and pull toward my hand.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you see that it sort of like leans towards you as you approach. But with that, it is going to be actually Deidre's turn next, as she sort of tries to pull this axe away from Amore, and take some swings. She will attack
With advantage.
Yes, with advantage. Let's see. So she swings twice. She misses on the first one. With the second one, she brings her axe down at the joint of the elbow of this abomination, and you see the forearm and sort of like scraggly clawed wooden hand fall off. But as it hits the ground, it sort of shakes and rights itself, and this forearm like sprouts 2 little arms and 2 little legs.
Oh no.
And
Yikes!
this smaller firewood construct is now approaching you all as well.
Ref, that can't be allowed.
And she,
I
and
agree.
she does that as her action. She's like, "Fuck, that was a coincidence. I can do this. I can do this."
It's important to believe in yourself.
She's like, "I need this. I need this." And
Larry
Bubbles,
senses a convert.
you are up next. Let me see.
Yeah, Bubbles pulls out her like double-sided bubble staff and like scoops up on one end a bubble that's like floating around her and like flings it towards the smaller piece of firewood that just appeared. So is that one also glowing from fairy fire?
I don't believe so. I think they have to be there when it was cast. Or
Okay.
is it? Yeah. So this would be a straight.
That's fine. That is a 27 to hit.
Yes. That will.
Just
barely.
Great.
Meets it,
I'm
beats
also gonna use favored foe and put favored foe on her, so I'm concentrating on that. And then I will also do additional damage from my bubble storm.
Hell yeah.
All right, roll for damage.
So that's gonna be 19 points of damage.
Yeah. Describe this attack and how it obliterates this little monstrous little
So
log.
for sure. So if any of you have ever watched like rhythmic gymnastics at all, she literally, and because this like goes into her curse also, she scoops the ball up and actually throws it straight up first. And then does this like spin like on the ground, like acrobatic move on the ground, and gets up and then just bats the bubble ball, because they don't pop, towards the small little creature, and it just like bowls it over like a bowling pin, and it just becomes kindling on the ground.
It bursts apart, this little firewood creature. But after that is the larger firewood abomination.
I actually have a second attack.
Oh, then please go ahead.
So she does that, and like she hasn't even seen the small one get bowled over before she's swinging another one of her little bubbles that is around up in the air, and then bats it towards the big piece of kindling, which is going to be a 21 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
And that will be 9 points of damage as another bubble swings towards the larger firewood construct.
Awesome. And did you roll with advantage?
I did on that one, yes.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you see like pieces of wood like splinter off of this abomination. Those pieces don't come to life. But it is now. Anything else? Any bonus action or?
No, that's everything.
Perfect. Having lost another piece of itself, this abomination is going to go towards Bubbles. You see it swing its remaining sort of clawed hands of like dry, like brittle firewood.
Please no.
And it will take a swing, a Tinder swipe, if you will.
How dare you say that while I'm drinking wine?
And that is going to be a 25 to hit.
Which direction does it swipe?
Left.
You gotta swipe out on Bubbles. You gotta, Larry says out loud. But no, that won't be a 25. That will be something different because I'm gonna silvery barb staff.
Oh, so it has to re-roll, yes?
Yes, I will require a re-roll from you.
Okay, that will be a dirty 20 to hit.
Well, alright.
It was
I
a
tried.
nice fun.
I will still
Make sure you
give
give advantage to somebody.
Yes. Okay, so you are going. Yeah, I'll give Bubbles advantage because if other small things pop up, you might want them. But right now, the big thing is already advantaged. So.
And you will take 10 bludgeoning damage, Bubbles.
All right.
Larry has failed. Larry has failed to protect Bubbles, the purest expression of self care that Larry has ever seen.
And you were doing ranged attacks. Is that right, Bubbles?
Yes, that was ranged attacks.
Okay. It has one more attack, but I think as it's sort of like charging through the group, it will leave you to try and attack Larry. So you may take an attack of opportunity if you like.
Yes, I will take an attack of opportunity. As I also have melee weapons on me, I'm just flavoring. I'm bonking it over the head with my
Yeah.
Snap. Oh wait, got 18 to hit. Sorry, 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Beautiful.
I'll go ahead and roll for damage.
8 points of damage.
Awesome. 8 points of damage. All right.
Don't hurt me. I'm so pretty, and I forgot to put on my mage armor.
Well, as it passes Bubbles, it swings at you, Larry, with a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You are going to take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Ow!
How's Larry looking?
Hurt.
Well, that's its turn. The good news is it's your turn, Larry.
Oh no! I had an idea. Well, there are two things that I could do that Larry says out loud because their monologue is out loud.
Right.
I was going to hit this thing with fire because that would be smart, and I'm brilliant. -1 intelligence. But now I want to probably get myself safe because I am squishy. So I'm going to use a shocking grasp to try to get this thing off of my ass. That's gonna be a 14 to hit.
Did you roll with advantage?
No, I did not. Thank you. That's gonna be a 16 to hit.
A 16 misses, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Armor. It's probably got the equivalent of plate armor.
Got that bark.
It's got bark.
Anything else you'd like to do this turn?
I have options.
You do.
You say aloud.
I say aloud, yeah. Oh,
Deidre's like, what are the options?
Well, if we could potentially take a little napsy after this, then I can use favored by the gods. I mean, favored by my own self-care. And I will use favored by the moisturizing routine and add 2d4 once per short rest. If you fail a saving throw or miss with an attack roll, you can roll 2d4 and add it to the total, possibly changing the outcome. So I would love to do that so I can get the fuck away. So that adds 4 to that, making it a dirty 20.
Oh yeah, that'll hit. As this this magical influence corrects your aim. Roll for damage as you.
Yes, I ignore the fact that my eyes glow and like the otherworldly sound of like harps comes from on high. And I just pay attention to the way my beautifully moisturized skin shimmers. And I shocking grasp this tree and run away behind Will. Dance away gracefully.
How much damage?
Very mindful, very demure. I have not checked that yet because I thought I was missing, and then I got really distracted. 2d8. That is going to be 9 damage.
9 damage. All right. And what is their the added effective shocking grasp?
No reactions. They
Perfect.
cannot do
It
a
cannot.
reaction.
It cannot take an attack of opportunity
Exactly.
as you move away.
Wow. You got
That
Yeah,
was
as,
me.
people.
as you zoom away.
that's me zooming away.
We will go to Will's turn.
Yeah. Okay. You hurt my friends now. So Will, continuing to charge forward as she approaches this construct, flings back the cloak, situates the shield properly on her wrist, despite all its criticisms. And so you can now see the black shirt is much like Deirdre, sleeveless, and she's just ripped and
Hell yeah.
pulls from her hip a morning star with a large black iron ball at the top with really wicked looking spikes on it, and just
Magnificent.
and as she charges towards this thing, she says, "Do not touch my friends." And you see a quick flash of like radiance in her eyes as she goes into a rage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay!
Yeah.
Go off, King.
And
Get it,
swings with the morning star,
Mhm.
trying to just take a big chunk out of this thing. So let's see.
All right. Roll with advantage.
$23 for the first one.
That's gonna hit.
You're also blessed.
Yes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Hashtag blessed.
So it's 9 damage on the first attack, +2 for rage, plus hold on, I also have another thing. Divine Fury, okay. So that's a total of, that was 9. So a total of 18 damage, 7 of which is necrotic.
Nice.
And then I will swing. And so as I take that swing, it tears a chunk of wood out, and you see the wood remaining where that chunk has come out starts to rot a little bit.
Yep.
And then I swing back for another hit.
Swing, batter.
And that is a 19.
19 hits.
And that is going to be 6 damage. Without
There's the throw. There's the play.
So digging
Looks like
back
it's gonna
into
make
that like rotted area, I just gouge out another chunk of wood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see it sort of like blacken and wither and crumble from where you smashed at it. And with that, we are back up to Darren.
Well, if we're talking sports, I might as well get in on this. And I kind of crack my back and kind of stretch a little bit. I start to go like this over my hand, and I start to build up a chromatic orb. As I build up a chromatic orb, it's sitting on my 3 fingers, and I'm just going to kind of hold it and just kind of turn to the side there, go to the side there, and just kind of, okay, here we go. And I'm going to bowl the chromatic orb like a bowling ball through the legs of Deirdre, or whoever's there, sorry, probably through the legs of Will at this point, now that it's run around. And I'm going to chromatic orbit is my plan at 2nd level. Fire. I believe is my plan. Yes, fire.
Oh yeah.
That's with advantage because I'm concentrating. Yeah. That's a natural 20.
Oh God! All right.
Let's go.
That's gonna be double damage there, Owen.
Yes.
Double the dice. Okay.
Double the dice.
5, 6,
By God, Darren
7.
still got it.
Oh no! I dropped one of my d8s on the ground. You know what? That's almost all of them. That's gonna be as the fire. There's Let's roll that one. Okay, so that's 14, 20, 26, 31, 32, 33, 34 points of fire damage as I bowl.
Don't.
Strike.
And I kind of tilt to the side. I go, "No, you bastard! Don't curve, don't curve."
His hips don't lie,
Yeah.
but his enemies do die.
You see
Yeah,
it
it's the
drift
wrist,
a little
the
bit,
wrist.
and at the last moment, the spin sort of like rights itself right through Will's legs, and you see, this impact and almost explosion as this thing goes up in flame. It looks like it would scream if it could, as it's like flailing now, like one of those inflatable men.
Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is looking bad. Will, you hear your shield go, "Why can't you be more like Darren?" And
Shut up, I'm trying.
And I'll just kind of, as it hits, I'll just kind of fist pump, and then just walk back away from the group, strutting a
Yeah.
little bit.
"Who do you think you are? I am."
And that's my turn.
Awesome. It is looking bad, and Amore, it is your turn.
Oh, oui. It's very impressive. I will make my way around to the other side, opposite from Will. Just practice makes. This is how we do it, right? And I will pull out. I will go to pull out, and it will just jump into my hand. This flail. And
That's pretty cool.
As part of that, I'm going to swing around while crying out, "That is not tree pose! Larry can show you tree pose!"
I do.
That's a 23
That'll hit.
for 10 damage. Bits of wood flying off of there. And then I'll just, even if it's dead, I'm going to still swing back the other way for my second attack.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll for it.
24,
Timber, my good man.
24 to hit for another 10 damage.
Woo.
Burning wood chips flying everywhere. It's
Yeah.
tree pose, more like I don't know how to do it. She can show you.
I don't know how to do tree pose either. Larry does.
And perhaps good because Deidre was next. This is enough to destroy the creature. Why don't you narrate what Amore does?
There's just like sparks and things flying everywhere. And, it's a pretty pattern. Oh my, I like that. That's beautiful. I love it. In fact, we should do this all the time. Fire anyone? Does anybody have any s'mores? Can we roast something on this?
I have vegan marshmallows. Love. It can launch ships
So
and kill monsters.
you, with one final swing, you splinter apart this already flaming creature. There's a one piece of like flaming wood that lands at Deidre's feet, and she like takes one last swing at it, and it splits into two very tiny creatures that are covered in flame, and then within seconds they they melt away, and the creature is defeated. And you see Deidre just like looking sadly at her axe, like fuck. I have one job.
Well done, Amore.
It was.
Did you like our performance?
Performance, yeah, that was thanks.
Ms. Axe McGillicuddy, your job does not have to be who you are. Who you are transcends. Oh, sorry. Accent
face, yes.
Accent face. But your job is not who you are. You can transcend this. You can reinvent yourself.
You should check
Although
out
I
our
imagine
34-step process.
with a name like Accent Face, it's probably hard to do something else.
It really does
Yeah,
seem
well,
like
it's sort of
you
a
not want
legacy
to do
thing.
the
I come
job.
from a long line of proud accent faces. I just don't want to let the accent face name down. That's
Do they all end with an axe in the face?
sorry. What?
Well,
I don't understand.
Or is there some sort of aerosol prestidigitation that you use to stay smelling nice?
I don't follow.
Perhaps we should just sit down and talk a while. And as I say this, I'm going to go over by Larry and cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry!
No, Bubbles, come here. I've got you. Don't worry about it. And I'm going to do a cure wounds on you, slap you on the back and say, I like you, Bubbles. If I could borrow one for my lower back next time we're sitting in a cart, I would love that.
Oh, here you go. I just like float a bubble over to him. It's orange.
It's 11.
11 points of healing.
Oh,
11 to you,
oh.
Bubbles.
Boy. I see you're also quite the healer.
A man of substance.
Larry. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna touch Darren and Larry and just be like, "You guys are awesome," and I'm gonna cast aid on the three of us. So
Oh.
your hit points go up by 5, and you also heal 5.
Awesome.
Like, everything adjusts by 5 up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. We did come here to talk. Axenberg, the young gentleman up at the guard up at the
Okay. Buffo, yeah.
He Buffo, he keeps falling asleep. It's a weird thing, but
I agree. It would be very nice to learn more about this.
Something about the mayor and the baron. I don't know.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
There's a mayor in there, and a baron as well.
The mayor and the baron.
I
Yeah.
sent some bubbles after them.
Oh, that's good.
It is frankly adorable.
I'm curious as to what your yes, go ahead. What your thoughts are on the mayor, the baron, and the frustrating little bees that sting you.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I guess I owe you guys one for helping me out. But yeah, I venture out of the town more than anyone else to try to cut down more trees,
And that's why your axe is cursed?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Have you tried getting a new axe?
You know what? No.
Huh.
Maybe
I don't
I'll
have
try
the
that.
axes, but I do have rhythmic gymnastic tools. Do you want one? I have all of them.
I think, well, getting a new axe is one thing, but getting into, giving your life over to rhythmic gymnastics seems much more effective to me, honestly.
Roll a persuasion check, Bubbles.
Can I assist?
Sure. Yeah. Roll with advantage.
Great. That is a 16.
Yeah, she's like, I guess it's worth a try. She will accept a club from you.
A club. I was like, yeah, you could put some spikes or something on it, I guess.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's sort of testing the weight of it, sort of
I mean, it's pretty well weighted. They're meant to be thrown and catched and caught.
Yeah.
So.
She starts banging on the log with it.
I was like, well, maybe you should attach a blade.
Yeah, okay. But she continues on and says, yeah, I've actually seen some of these swarms of cursed bugs as I've been out. I could have sworn last time I went out, before coming back into a fine field and the protection of the wards, I could have sworn that they were going back or going into the back of the mayor's manor.
The bugs?
The bugs. This red cloud surging.
Well, yes,
I think
I'm
that the swarm is the mayor's. I mean, that's possible. I have my bubbles.
That's
do think that they can sense negative energy and they can sense an unactualized person, and they're probably just really flocking to that bad personal energy, and they're just really. I bet the mayor is so cursed.
probably. I mean,
He's probably so cursed, but he also could be cursing people.
You know, when
I
you hurt
would be good at
people,
math.
hurt people.
Mm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Realize.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I said about my
Um,
parents, and you know, we don't have to
Um,
go into all that. Larry goes off into all of that in the background.
The bees went to the back of the mayor's house. Does it like butt up to anything? Is this like what does the back of the mayor's house look like?
What else
But
is
if nobody
near
else
the house?
noticed,
that's pretty much the edge of town. So
Oh.
no one really has any reason to go back behind there, but I could have sworn the cloud was going behind the building. But that's, what I saw from my vantage point out in the
So you
woods.
think it's the mayor or the baron?
I actually don't know. I guess they're both there now. I will. Yeah.
how long has the mayor been in town, and how long did they grow up here? Is the baron also? Did they grow up here, or did they arrive in town at some point?
The mayor's been here for as long as I can remember, but the Baron has been visiting just for the past few days.
How long have the bees been a problem?
Oh, good question.
Oh, yeah, maybe a week or so, something like that.
Oh, it's not very long at
As
all.
far as you know, the baron's only been. Have you seen the baron?
I just from a distance, just as they were in the riding in the carriage, or talking to the mayor.
You
but
haven't had touched hands.
no,
Good question.
no.
So you don't know if
Should
they
I?
use lotion.
Have you touched hands with the Baron? Answer the question.
No, I haven't touched the mayor's hand. Should I?
And it's only been a few days. Is there But have you learned much about the Baron? Do they eat? Do they drink? Do they like beat poetry?
Good question.
Important question, especially
With
about laughing.
gymnastics.
Yeah.
That was a follow-up. We were waiting.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen much of what they like. I know the mayor has been preparing for their arrival. I think trying to impress the Baron, but I haven't seen what they do in their manner. I
It's
know
important to have manners.
he's been the mayor's been preparing. I don't know, buying stuff for the arrival. So they probably went to the merchant to
Yeah,
buy
I was going to
stuff.
say. We could talk to that
They were on
Enzo
our
fella.
list, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fortune teller.
Gonzo.
Enzo.
Uzo. Enzo.
How would we get
I
from
didn't-
here to either of these places?
Oh, yeah. So if you just go back to the center of town on the main road, you'll find Enzo's shop. If you keep on going beyond that on the western end of town, you'll find the fortune teller's. It's a tent. You'll know it's a fortune teller's place. It's pretty obvious.
Oh, yeah, they do have.
Is there any
big
chance?
decorations.
Is there any chance the fortune teller might do us a reverse big, turn us into children?
What?
Because I've had that
Reverse
happen before, and I
big?
can't have it happen again. Not at this age.
A
No, is that
reverse?
it?
You
That's
mean
an
the
interesting question.
a reverse of the Tom Hanks movie Big?
Yeah, that's correct.
What's a
One
know,
where they
I've
dance
never
on the
asked-
piano, and a grown
I've never-
woman.
I
Technically,
haven't
I guess
asked
slept
about
with
Big.
a
I
boy.
haven't touched her
Oh,
hand.
no.
I'm sorry.
What?
I'm behind on. I'll do my due diligence next time.
What's
I'll
up,
touch everyone's
Enzo?
hand and ask
Well, you should
everyone
definitely
about
touch
Big.
hands with every new person in town.
That's true.
Right, put
You
out my
can do
hands.
that.
Yeah. She just reaches toward you awkwardly. All right.
See, wasn't that nice?
I pull my cloak closed and back away.
Bill, do you want to practice touching hands?
No, I'm okay.
Larry pretends they're not devastated. Okay.
Team player, says the shield.
You be a team player.
I don't
Listen,
have
mister.
hands to touch.
Mr. Shield, Will is perfectly fine as she is, and I'll hear no more of your back chat, mister, or you'll have to answer to me, okay? You hear me?
Oh.
I take it
I
back.
wouldn't
I
mess
don't
with
like
Dan.
Garen anymore.
I kind of smack the shield with my morning star.
Wow.
I'll be keeping an
I
eye on
bounce
you,
a
young man.
bubble off of the raven head.
Okay, now it's turning into bullying. But you did deserve it.
Is it bullying if they deserved it?
No, the answer's no.
Then it's karma, and we all love karma.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's step 7.
Meanwhile, I'm going to help Deidre a little bit and start stacking up some of this wood that
Yeah.
we clean up.
Yeah, I will assist with that as well.
Yeah.
I will
as you-
not.
I won't. I'll
Well,
sit there and kind of be like, make sure you lift with your legs, not your back.
It's difficult because the armor does not let me. It's weird. It wants to stay in one place. I can't bend properly. But
It's all right, Amore. I got it.
The bubbles spread out and start like enveloping the pieces of wood and like moving them.
All right. I will say, Amore and Will and Bubbles, as you're like helping Deidre, get set back up. She describes like things she's seen out in the forest that you guys came from, just like making conversation and describing the things that she's seen. She tells you that it seems that this forest sort of surrounds the orchard and fine field, and describes sort of like a little like magical phenomenon and like the auras that she's seen. So the three of you make for me an Arcana or Religion check.
Oh, those are both the same. It's gonna go so well, guys. I'm so smart.
Hold on.
Oh, actually, I was gonna say I got a 17 because apparently
Hey,
she's
I
not
rolled it.
smart, but she's rolled really well on everything.
I rolled a natural 19 for a total of 17. So hey.
I got an 11 for religion.
So okay.
Oh.
So it looks
Well,
like we're in ads now.
Yeah, we are in ads.
So we should just like kill the time for a second? Is that
It looks like we're out.
It looks like we're
No, I mean
still
we're
on,
in.
but there is an
Ads
ad
are
at
running.
the time. Okay.
Yeah,
I can
what
see
I'm
this
seeing on
on
Twitch
the
is hit
screen.
points not required is taking an ad break. Stick around to support the stream. A minute and 48 seconds left.
I've got, for some reason, I've got the stream up, and it's seeing all the.
Another
Cool.
hour.
Let's just go.
All right.
Fuck it.
I mean, it depends on how important the information you have.
Yeah, so I think with what she describes, Amore and Bubbles, you recognize this as the sort of aura and magic that you see bordering planes. Meaning, if you crossed something like this to enter Finefield in the orchard, then where you are right now might be some sort of plane or demi-plane all its own.
Does it seem familiar to me as I am Faye?
What did you roll? A 19?
17.
17.
17, yeah.
It doesn't seem familiar. It doesn't. Doesn't feel quite like the Fey realm, the Fey Wild. But you can't be sure exactly what it is. And with that, I think Deidre has imparted all that she can. So what do
To
you all-
Enzo.
Yeah.
Is that the merchant or the fortune teller?
The
Merchant.
merchant. I finished stacking up the remains of the wooden creature.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess off back the way we came, back to the center of town.
Yeah.
Ads on 2 seconds.
Sorry, you say ads are coming up? Or
Done.
we're done.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You all head back towards the center of town. It is not too hard to find the storefront of a shop along this main thoroughfare. Yeah, you see the sign that says Curio de Curios, and you push open the door, and you see inside this merchant shop is like a miniature bazaar. There are like shelves like with a stock of curious little trinkets and baubles, and you see behind the counter is an earth genasi, sort of like with a gray stone-like skin, sort of veins of gold running through, and sort of like ornate clothes, all the trappings of like a well-traveled merchant. He sees you enter and just sort of nods, and gives you a wave. Yeah, what do you all do?
How much in the shop is metal?
Like half of the things here, these like little like tchotchkes and like souvenirs, and like he's like you see him like try to say something as like maybe like a dozen little souvenirs are now stuck to your body. He says, well, welcome. Please feel free to peruse my wares. They are cursed.
I come up behind Amori and just start picking little metal objects off and trying to like hold them.
It occurs to me that maybe you should wear gloves if they are cursed.
You see like a bead of sweat like roll down his forehead, and he goes, I wish I hadn't told you that. I wish I had that option. But please buy them, though you probably shouldn't. Huh?
I've got a question.
Trinkets get cursed from the bugs too?
No, not that I know.
Were they
of.
cursed before the bugs thing happened?
Oh yes.
These glasses suit me.
I like him.
Honestly, you should use a different style would suit your face shape.
Damn it! And I'm gonna start wandering around the shop.
Larry cannot help but agree. Larry finds that Enzo is in the correct here. But I would never want to say that. But I have said that. I have said so many things to Will about her beauty and grace and majesty and justice.
Larry?
Why can I not stop? What?
I think there's something fun over there. Maybe you could add it to your 34 steps.
There he is. They're just
Can
like,
I get these in prescription?
oh my god.
Yes, you certainly can. Those are very low quality. But yes, how can I help you?
I think the question is
Mayor? Baron? Stuff?
Amore, what were you saying?
I think the question is really how can maybe we help you? There's some weird things going on in this town.
Yes, very, very strange things.
Aside from ourselves.
You know, those ones are a bit better. Not by much, but...
Oh, they do this though. Is that meant to happen?
No, they're broken.
All right, I'll keep looking.
That's for after the eye exam when you come out with the.
I want to lie to you so bad. I wish
But you
I
can't
could.
because you're cursed.
That's correct, yes. I was once known for my silver tongue, and now I'm a merchant who cannot lie. And
Looks like you and me,
hate
Larry, are the only ones unscathed.
It's true. We just are simply better than the rest of them, I'm afraid.
I disagree, but
That's all right. It's fair for you to disagree. You aren't self-actualized enough to recognize what true expression of self looks like.
Oh, you should check out their 34 stats.
I don't want
Self-actualization
to.
and sorceress manifestation. So, oh, well. Well then, maybe you shouldn't have been lying to sell your wares. Baron thinks
Well,
that is uncouth and,
well,
frankly,
I-
icky.
Are you here to try to end the curses?
Yes.
We.
Sure.
Well,
But your stuff was cursed before.
oh yes, those are cursed items I just,
These are?
collected in the course of,
You were selling
collecting
cursed items on purpose before any of this happened.
Oh, you're
Yes.
so nice.
Is that?
Do you
is
mean
that
not
really
cursed
germane?
items?
Joy to talk to.
I mean,
I'm having less fun than you, but I did have more non-cursed wares. It wasn't exclusively cursed items, but most of my items have been cleaned out by the mayor in his attempts to impress the Baron.
Have you met the bear?
No, not
Have you touched hands?
It's very important.
question.
It's one of the steps
No.
now. It's the 35th.
should I?
I
Actually,
immediately touch hands with Larry. We have to become self-actualized.
Something's glowing.
well, I have not met the Baron officially, nor have I touched their hand. But I did overhear them talking, the mayor and the
Actually
Baron.
heard the bear?
That's rude.
Words?
Yes. I was very curious, so I eavesdropped.
That's very rude.
It was very rude of me. I tend to do that.
What'd you hear, though? Tell us what you heard.
Well, I
Tell the truth.
all is fair in love and eavesdropping, so please.
Do you have a twin that always tells a lie, and you sometimes guard doors and things?
Oh. No, but that would be interesting.
Maybe you could just find a really good friend who likes lying, and they could just always lie, like for a hobby.
Yes.
Well, I don't want to suggest that. That's kind of not really in my code, but it does seem like it would be fun.
It would. Honestly, I have trouble making friends.
Yeah. So do you find like
Because
this
you're
radical
a
honesty?
loser, to be honest.
Ooh, I am abrasive and disingenuous.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I wouldn't
I
know
find
about
you
that.
disingenuous at all.
Oh, well, not anymore.
Have you seen that
You're
Star
gonna be
Trek
friends?
episode? About radical honesty.
I have not seen that Star Trek episode.
No, that's your loss. I
But
guess Larry's a Star Trek fan.
We could be friends. Are you interested in rhythmic gymnastics?
not even a little bit.
That's okay.
That's fair.
Do you want a ball, a hoop, a ribbon, or clubs?
The genders.
Mm.
These are the genders.
Would you like to barter one of these items for one of mine?
Only if it's not cursed. Otherwise, I'm just gonna give it to you because we're friends.
Bubbles is the best person that has ever existed. How did I not see this before?
An honest connection makes me uncomfortable. But if perhaps you could be convinced to buy one of my cursed items, which I'm having trouble moving,
Maybe.
I would share with you perhaps some of what I gleaned from eavesdropping rudely.
Do you have any bubble-related items?
You could blow bubbles in these potions.
I mean, I'll take these if you give us information.
Well. So before you get cursed, Enzo, will you come here? Will you take my hands?
Must I?
Yes, you should touch hands.
It's on the
Step
list.
35.
Here. I want to have a genuine connection with you. I think have you really dove into this so-called curse, this inability to tell a lie?
Maybe it's
Perhaps
an
you might find
opportunity.
it cleansing. You can cleanse yourself of all of the ills and all of the falsehoods and all of the obligations to shallow needs such as selling cursed items. That's some
And
bullshit.
self-actualize.
First thought is that sounds wrong and bad. I like to lie.
But you can't.
See? We're making progress. You're learning who you are. You may not be able to be who you are, but you are in touch with what makes you happy, and that is lying. You love the bullshit, but why? Why do you need it? Why do you need the lies? Why do you need the bullshit? What is so lacking in yourself and in your heart that you must fill it with falsehoods? Have you considered that? If you need to fill a if you need to fill a raging gap in your heart, I have 34 steps towards self-actualization, and none of which involve lying. 35. And we've already done one. We are touching hands. Your hands are very soft, by the way. Very nice.
Okay, make a persuasion check. This is kind of hard. I'll say DC 18.
Yeah.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can
I'm
help.
taking all the metal objects I've pulled off of the moray, and I'm like going on the opposite side of the room and trying to find something I can like stick them behind so they won't just go flying back.
I unfortunately I got double 8s, so that only ends up being a 15 for me.
He says, I hear you, but I just really want to cheat people out of money. You get more money that way, so lying is good.
You're not wrong.
Anyway.
Yes, you're not wrong. I think he is wrong. But I can't let Will know that. Will cannot be wrong, so how can she be wrong in this case?
I think Darren wants those glasses. How about I give you this hoop for those glasses?
Glasses for the hoop.
What do the glasses do?
The glasses?
Yeah, what is the curse on the glasses?
Well, honestly, I haven't tried them on myself.
Shit, I think I just attuned.
Yes, those, I think what you feel when you attune is that basically, if it were dark in here, you would be able to see a little bit better. But since there is light, it is blindingly bright. It is just like a field of white.
We've got full Manfred Man going on here. Wrapped up like a noose. Another runner in the night. Oh, you better get that info. I'm going to step out. You guys get the info. I need to...
Yes, well, that's...
Slap 100 gold on the counter, walk out.
I take the 100 gold. I take the 100 gold. Nope, I take the 100 gold as I pass the poop over.
I want the gold, though. Okay, fine. Times are tough. I will accept this hoop. Anyway, deal's a deal. As I was eavesdropping on the mayor and the baron, I could get a sense a bit of their relationship, or the dynamic there was a lot more like a superior and like a boss and an underling.
Like in a sexy way, or
No.
Love is love. No king shaming.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't
Believe
shaming.
me,
I've lost
I know
interest
what
now.
you're talking
Just
about.
trying
I get
to
it.
understand the nature of the relationship.
As long as the power dynamic isn't being taken advantage of.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that is very important for everyone in the audience to know.
No, it was more like a someone sucking up to their boss, sort of. The mayor was complaining, I think, about governing fine fields. I think the mayor sort of wants out or wants a different path or something like that. I don't know. It had very performance review vibes, you might say.
And he bought like all your stuff?
Yes, I think incidentally, a part of it was the mayor was trying to like impress him with like magical items that he bought on credit, but
Credit.
yes,
Wow, that's just evil.
yeah, times are bad for me, but hopefully,
Well, that hoop is pretty indestructible.
huh? Is it? That's
I've never
news to
broken one.
me. Well,
Perhaps if you simply got into rhythm gymnastics and got in touch with your physical body and your soul as one, you would understand.
you might be right, but I don't want to. So
Oh god, that's relatable.
He's my favorite.
anyway, that's what I know. This has been productive and very painful for me, but I hope that you succeed in ending this curse so that I might lie
Alright.
again.
Okay.
You probably shouldn't keep selling cursed items. I mean, it seems like a weird coincidence that you sell cursed items and now everybody's cursed, but maybe it's a coincidence.
I think it is a coincidence. I'm just sort of an asshole.
Okay, I believe you.
Yeah.
I do
Oh
too.
God. I do too.
Bubbles is gonna follow Darren out of the shop and is gonna use one of her little bubbles, otherwise known as Mage Hand, to send the 100 gold and try and slip it back in his bag.
After Bubbles leaves, I'm gonna drop 10 gold on the counter and just be like, good luck.
I'm
Can I?
going to try and slowly back out before anything else jumps out.
Yeah.
I'm like holding up my shield, trying to like block anything that comes towards.
Yeah. Awesome. And you guys exit the merchant shop.
So it's the
All
worst
right.
place ever. I know I'm attractive, but this is getting insane.
You really, really are. Did I say that out loud?
You did.
You say a lot of stuff out loud, Larry, but I agree with pretty much all of it, so it's fine.
It's important to have radical candor. Just watch that Star Trek episode.
What is an episode?
Well, let me get into it. I got into it.
So
As we
we
continue
head
on the plot.
Bubbles
Yeah.
listens to intently on what
think I'm having
exactly
one of them right
episodes
now.
are.
Are you all right, Darren?
Yeah. It's like that time I got shunted into the upper planes and all I saw was radiant light. I'll be fine. Someone lead me to the tent.
Mhm.
Oh god, yeah, that's
just
what
touch
going
hands.
home is like. Going home for the holidays and
hands.
stuff like that.
Wait, that's
That's what our group is going to end up being called. Touch hands.
Ah. See, this is why we touch hands so we recognize each other.
I wipe my hand off.
Yeah, it starts to
All
burn
right.
and tingle just a little bit.
So I believe we're heading westward.
You all make your way to the western edge of town, and it's very easy to spot standing out among the regular thatched cottages and huts. There is a tent of fabrics and silks, very ornate little lanterns hanging from the ropes that anchor it to the ground. And as you enter, you see this is a sort of small, a round space with mood lighting and candles and silks draped from the ceiling. Very ornate and mystical looking, and there is a sort of back exit that is open, sort of flap that is open. So you see past the table that is here with a crystal ball. There's no one inside here, at the moment. But you do see someone out back. You see sort of like sitting up against a tree out there is a half-orc woman. She is wearing robes with like star patterns on them. She has a sort of head wrap that she has taken off with a wig attached to it, and she is sitting down and smoking a pipe.
I hold my own cluster of like rose quartz and amethyst crystals aloft that I use as my arcane focus, and I'm like, crystals, you must be an appreciator of crystals.
She finally notices you all approach, and she goes, "Oh, yes." She puts on the wig and like sort of like shoos the smoke away. She's like, "Yes, crystals. Yeah, of course. I am versed in all of these magical, accoutrements.
How do you use them?
Oh, it's a very complex process. I don't want to bore you.
Is
But-
it, Larry? You only have 35 steps.
Okay, so with crystals, it's very important that you cleanse them in the moonlight, and you have to put your intentionality into them. And so here's the thing, well, mine is magic, and mine channels magic because of my intention, and because of how tight my abs are, because of the yoga that I do every day, and
Is it okay that I just use balls and bubbles?
the bubbles are perfect. If I could create bubbles spontaneously, I would. And maybe I will.
Here's some bubbles.
Dairy
And
Queen.
trans-
So if you
Transfer the
come
bubble
for
and
a
stop
reading or
talking.
something, or can I help you do that?
Dairy
How
Queen
can
bubbles all
Madam
the
Magic?
time in the bass. It's
True.
pretty frequent.
It's true. Frequent bubbles, not the best ones,
Bubble
but
baths
you
are
know,
the best. They're
warm and
definitely
troubling
step number
bubbles, I call
19.
them.
Yes,
Are
yes.
you
Mhm.
cursed by any chance?
Oh,
Oh
very,
yeah.
very much so. Yeah,
Okay. But you can do
how are
future.
you cursed?
the
Larry
future.
and I
No,
haven't been cursed
would
yet.
that I could see the future. No, I see the past.
Oh,
There's less,
That's-
as you can imagine, less of a market
Can you
for
see
fortune
mine?
teller that can see the past. Well,
I don't remember my
I'm not
ATM
doing
pin.
anything else, so come with me into the tent.
Sure. I saw your crystal ball. It
Oh.
looks like my bubbles.
Very pretty.
It
Have you,
does. Yeah.
Burdett, seen the past of other people in town? Like, say, oh, I don't know,
The mayor.
mayor?
Oh,
The Baron?
yeah, the mayor.
The Baron.
Have you touched hands with the Baron?
Mhm.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll.
Okay.
Yeah, I've touched his hands. Of course I have. Touched everyone's hands.
Oh, is that
Touched
part of your
everyone's
process? Like to touch hands?
Yeah. Yeah.
You can touch
Give
my
us your-
hands.
That's why I do it.
Give us your
Put their hands up like this.
SAEC. Give us your tier of the best hands.
Oh yes. Who has the softest,
Tier
best
list.
hands?
Hands tier list.
You'd be surprised for an Earth Genasi who looks like he's made of stone. Enzo has very soft hands. He's like he's never done manual labor in
That's
his
what
life.
Larry
He does have
said.
very nice hands.
Yeah, go figure.
Just like a smooth
So, if
obsidian
we-
almost.
If we wanted to learn a little bit about the mayor's past, or perhaps the baron's past, what would it cost us?
Well,
Nothing. Because we're going to solve it. We're going to be friends.
well, I do want to see this curse ended. It would be nice to have, business again. So I'll tell you what. I'll give each of you a chance to well, I need a name. Give me a name. I sort of feed it to the crystal ball, and we can see a vision from that person's past. I
Oh,
can't really-
okay. I thought you meant just like give you a name, and I was like, Percy? Maybe a Percy?
Oh no,
No,
Not
no.
name.
I have a
give
name.
you
It's
a-
Madam Magic, but
Well,
Is that
what
your
about
real name?
Mayor Brimbaugh?
yes, we can do the mayor bimbo or whatever.
Mayor
Oh,
Bimbo,
I was
come
gonna
here.
say- I was gonna say the Baron.
No.
You
Do they have
said-
to be different names? Do they have to be different names, or can we each say the same name?
I guess if you want to see the same image again, you could say the same name twice.
Oh, okay. I understand.
But
I'll
Okay.
take Mayor Brimbar, and you guys get some freebies.
all right.
Well, we
let's
want to
see.
ask about the Baron. We could probably ask about Buffo,
Yeah, I suppose you could.
maybe.
Does anybody
I don't
have
know.
any localized amnesia? That feels like unusually common in adventuring parties. No, we're all good. We're all good on our past. We're all resolving our trauma.
I'm pretty good.
Well,
I've
I
lived
mean,
a
there's a
life.
lot of amnesia, but I know where it comes from. It's
Interesting.
the Feywilds.
Oh,
We've talked about this.
That'll happen.
A lot
Yeah.
of consequences and tricks involve memory modifications.
Let's just start with the mayor.
Yeah. All right. Coming up, Mayor Brimble. She makes gestures over this crystal ball. You see it begin to glow as she says Mayor Brimble's name. And you do see visions, just sort of flashes of bits and pieces of events in this crystal ball. What you see is a monstrous form clawing its way out of hellfire.
holy shit.
His breath is a buzzing, ravenous crimson cloud. There is transformation, a fiend warping into the shape of a man. He stares into fire, hungering for power and status. And then it ends.
Mayor
the man
Bimbo.
shaped the mayor.
Sorry, what was that, Carly?
Is the man shaped the mayor?
From what you can see, yeah, it sort of resembles like the figure of the mayor.
Oh, I don't
Holy,
think that's
what's
very good.
Then what's the Baron?
Real bad. Could we take a look at the Baron?
Yeah, sure. Baron Dimitra. You see again the sort of visions swirl. What you see is a legion of fiends. A legion of fiends kneel before them, paying tributes of tortured, screaming souls. In return, the Baron gives them thrones of fire and blood. Then, a lowly fiend offers a lesser soul, plagued by light to moderate torment. For his insult, he is given a throne of wood and wine.
Wood and wine.
Yeah.
That
Cryptic.
Maybe it has something to do with that not great wine.
it really is mediocre, I say as I'm drinking it. Out of this champagne flute that I
They
still
didn't
have.
even have bubbles.
Yes, no, that's
That's
it's,
true.
Truly abominable. I really feel like I'm worsening myself for drinking it.
So, Madam Magic, it never occurred to you to look at like the mayor or the Baron just out of curiosity? Have you not seen this before? Because it's kind of alarming.
Yeah, well, part of the magic is I need someone else to ask and request this name. And
You can't just
people,
And
do it
nobody else in town?
people have been
asked?
pretty preoccupied with their own things.
You know, it's like when you're on Maslow's
Yeah.
hierarchy of needs and you're really just concerned with the like root survival, you just can't go any further. And I mean, being curious about your corrupt rulers is perhaps a little higher than base survival instincts, but not as high as self-actualization, which is what people should really be reaching for.
That's what I always say.
Oh. On
You
the,
always
on the
say
topic
that?
of self-actualization,
Yeah, from
Like
time
always.
to time.
you ever
Oh.
mess
Well,
with
not-
rhythmic
Not all the
gymnastics?
time. Anyway,
So
I'm rooting for you kids, honestly. I would love to get rid of this curse and get some of my old powers back, but
Do you want to be friends?
Sure.
Holy shit.
Great. Do you want a ribbon, a hoop, a club, or a ball? Rhythmic gymnastics. It's just the best.
Oh. I take the ribbon.
You struck me
Cool.
as a
There
ribbon
you go.
gal, actually. I'm like,
I thought so, but I didn't want to make any assumptions.
No, you're very kind. Thank you. For the rest of the
Very-
conversation, she's just going to be like with one hand. Just,
Larry is
Oh my
suddenly like,
goodness, you're so talented.
oh.
So the show
Listen,
is over.
gang.
We don't get to see Buffo or anyone else.
That's up to you. I did say one for each of you. So
Oh,
Larry's like in the background, like looking back and forth between Madam Magic and Darren. Are they like age appropriate for one another, kind of?
yeah, I'd say so.
Larry's just like, oh my, holy shit, this could be Darren's soulmate. I don't know why, but something about her just strikes me. Am I
Saying
looking
this
at a
right
love?
out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Saying it to their faces.
Now that's very kind of you.
It's a little awkward.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't you think they should discover that for themselves?
Amore, what do you
Hey,
think?
I mean, love is the most beautiful thing in the world, but it needs to be nurtured like a flower, so it grows and it blooms. You can't.
yeah, that's what I always say.
And you also need to
Madam
fertilize.
Mage,
So
what's
I'm
your
not-
What's your sign?
What's your details? What's your at?
Oh,
ASL.
wow.
ASL, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Just A. I'll find you, and I'm
Yeah,
I
she
like-
writes
I like a lot
down.
of things.
She writes down her contact info and, and slides it to you. But you all can ask her for 3 more names if you'd like to see some
So
vision.
beautiful, wrapped in light.
You could ask about her past.
Yeah. Do you guys want to?
Yeah, Madam Magic. That's the name.
No. Oh boy.
If you're comfortable. If you're comfortable.
Well, all right.
Just
Deal to
Skip
deal.
over any traumas.
This may be a little embarrassing.
Magic. So you see a busier city, something like Waterdeep or Baldur's Gate, with carriages like rushing across like a main like busy street. And you see a figure recklessly sort of walk across the road, not at the designated place or time.
Jaywalking.
Mm-hmm.
And then blackness and stillness. And then you see gates, 3 different gates. One is twisted, smoldering wrought iron. One of them is pristine silver and pearl. And in between those 2, there is a small wooden gate wreathed in pale berries. That center gate opens. And that's it.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Different franchise.
I choose not to read into it, but
Uh-huh.
you're free to.
Okay. How about Bafo? How about him?
You see Bafo, as you know him, sitting down at a table. He is eating like some dinner, and he's chewing with his mouth open, and then cut to blackness, and
Just
cut
way
to
to
3
get the
gates.
flavor.
Why
You gotta aerate it.
The 3 gates, iron and
Mhm.
silver. The middle gate of wood
Huh.
opens.
Mhm.
I feel like
And
I've
then-
seen that before.
Hey, friends, I think we're in hell.
Okay, so
Are you sure it's not purgatory?
Mm.
I got purgatory. Because Black Twisted Gate feels like hell.
I think it's just.
We were,
I think
like,
there's
in the
just
middle.
different ones. I think there's just
I
different.
feel like
ones.
we're in the middle because we
Oh,
had
I
the Silver
see.
Gate, which is like the good one, And then the black one is just like hell. And we're,
Black
like,
Twisted
in the
Game
middle.
might be heaven for goths.
I think
I
yeah,
agree with my
no.
little morning star.
Honestly, that
Well,
date
yeah,
looks
but
very
I think
hot
it would only
to
appear
me.
that way to goths.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Good point. Very good point. Very good point.
how would we feel? How would the group feel if we looked into Gwilyn here? We will see if the Black Gate still looks like hell, or if that's like
Oh.
Goth Party City.
I
like
still
Spirit
kind of wanted to
Halloween.
see my past.
Let's
Oh,
do
yeah,
bubbles.
we could do bubbles. Yeah. I don't want to push anything. I don't want Willow to think I'm too eager to see what she's been through.
All right, not touching that one, but we can do bubbles.
Yeah, let's do bubbles.
Yes, bubbles. Yes.
Yeah. So she says Bubbles' name. Carly, I will let you narrate. Is there like some snippet from Bubbles' past that might come up?
For sure. I think like long before she met this group, she spent a lot of time hanging out in the Feywild. And I think she probably, you see a little snippet of like a little baby Bubbles, like in a rhythmic gymnastics class.
Yes.
Yes.
A little leotard.
Yeah, a little leotard with her hooves, and she's like learning all the different little
Float. You are not floating. You must
equipment.
float. Light on feet.
Oh, it's definitely like somebody from the Shadowfell that's teaching the class.
That's great.
Shadowfell's now Russian?
You guys, you guys see this like adorable snippet from Bubbles' past, a little like quick montage. They're little images of like her like meeting the party, maybe like some of like the first time she met all of you. Then it goes to like maybe a snippet from your past adventure, and then walking through a forest, and then arriving in Finefield, and then eventually Madam Match going, well, I'm not touching that one, but we can do this. But no,
Like
you
that
do not
part in
see
Spaceball.
the gates.
Okay.
Well, we came in through the wooden gate.
Well, I
maybe
mean,
we took a back door.
hell or
Maybe we
not,
need to take a back door.
I think
I
everyone
still
here
think
is
it's the
dead.
middle.
So
I think we need to pay the visit to the mayor and this baron.
How would we
Yeah.
I
feel
think
about
we should be prepared because I don't know that they're gonna like our visit.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Maybe we take a little meditation break. Just like a 45-minute guided meditation.
Oh, always with the naps. If I can survive without a daytime nap, you can. You whippersnappers should be able to.
Okay,
True,
but
time is
getting
of
enough
essence.
sleep it's like one of the primary steps in the 34. It's one of this. It's all in bold. It's in gel
Are you
pens.
still injured?
Skip that skip.
Yes, but there's also I would like to
No.
be. I would
I
like
just
to
give her a
regain-
little tap and I cure wounds.
Well, no, I would also like to regain my ability. If we can take a little nap.
I tap her and I cure wounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say as you guys leave the tent, would you all like to take a short rest before heading towards the manor?
let's go
Yeah,
ahead and
you-
sit down and maybe we'll rest a little and have a chat about what we've learned.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can all grow
You
together.
still regain
people.
10 hit points.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
That puts me at full.
So
Oh.
people here are dead, right? That's what
Oh,
that's what this looks like.
well,
I'm in
yeah, I
Lotus.
guess. They're in the middle place.
Oh God,
But
so
we're
they're trying
not
to get
dead.
cocaine. They're in Ohio?
No, but we did run through a Fey-touched forest, and things are weird.
So let me just hear me out. What if we leave?
That's what I was thinking. We are right there. They're dead. We are not. We just go back
But
to
they
where
don't
we came.
necessarily deserve to be here.
I mean, we don't even
What's
know
that?
where Kier is, and they're
Well,
dead,
it's the
and we're not
mountains.
dead, so we definitely shouldn't be here.
Yeah,
Well, where
don't
are we
break
gonna
the
go?
curse, says the shield.
I
me
want
around.
to.
I've warned
Keep
you.
me
I've
around
warned you.
forever.
God damn it! No, we need to deal with this.
No, don't cease to exist. Please.
We have to end this curse.
Very quick change of heart.
that's
I
what I
want
was
to do
saying.
this.
Gosh.
All right, so we are not leaving. We are going through the back door.
I mean, unless someone knows how to get rid of this curse.
Well, all
I
right.
can
So
throw
I
it.
think that all curse breaking, curses really come down to like a dark core in your soul that you can't be rid of. So let me just have a heart to heart with this shield. Raven on the shield.
I
What
set
is
the
it?
shield in front.
Yeah.
You are a manifestation of something that is dark, something that is attacking will from within. What do you
That's
need?
a little mean.
What do you need? What are you lacking that causes you
What
to
do you
lash out in
want?
such a way? What would heal you?
Do you want to learn rhythmic gymnastics?
Do you want to learn rhythmic gymnastics?
No.
Why
I
not?
hate rhythmic gymnastics.
Gymnastics?
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics is not gymnastics.
Look, it's a
I have a
shield.
regional accent. I've only been talking for one day.
And how do you
That's a
feel
day
about
too
that?
long.
I want to keep talking forever.
No.
Okay, but have you considered talking less shit?
No.
Have you considered
I want to talk
kindness?
shit forever.
Have you considered kindness?
No, I hate kindness and gymnastics.
Well, sometimes you hate
Two
kindness.
least
Have you
favorite
ever
things.
tried? Have you ever tried?
Try
Look,
what, gymnastics?
I pick up the shield and I literally just start doing like a routine with the shield.
Put me down. I hate this.
I think you need to touch hands. Touch hands with the shield.
I've definitely touched hands with the shield.
Yeah, this the shield is an asshole at every step of the way. Just uncooperative, abrasive.
We need to end this
say-
curse, please.
You feel this way because you're now a suddenly existing sentient, sapient consciousness within an inanimate object, and you have no control over your life, so you must lash out because there's nothing else for you.
I stopped listening to you.
Well, luckily for
Period.
you, I'm going to keep talking.
So will
I'll repeat
I.
it.
So, Darren, back door. So we have a good plan here. You're very experienced. Have you done a lot of backdoor work?
Here's the thing. Everybody
sexual
gather
way?
around. Gather around.
Mhm.
The back door is it's always unexpected. If we
Yeah.
head on in there,
What about the upstairs
Nor-
window?
you typically I've never gone through the upstairs window. It's worth a shot. It's definitely worth a shot. Normally you'd see now I was doing innuendos and now I'm trying to do a real tactical thing and it's not coming out.
We're just gonna
Because I was
really
gonna say you
ignore
want some to go
Larry's-
through the back door and some to take distract at the front door and
Larry's external
I'm wondering-
monologue is at work here, and we're just not going to get into that. But it's happening.
I'm wondering if we should try to speak to the mayor separately. He seems to be under a thumb of some sort. Separate him from the Baron, maybe even get his support and then go after the Baron.
Oh, maybe convince the mayor that we could put him in the Baron's place. He could take the Baron's place. Somewhere not here. And not with curses.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Just
I can-
as a sleepy buffalo suggested we get evidence and return with evidence.
Oh yeah, he
Any
did say
evidence?
there was like a resistance in the town. There are other
I mean,
people But here's the thing. These people are all dead. So I don't really know, like, I'm more concerned at this point about us getting out of here uncursed, because these people are already dead.
I mean, I can do
And
this
while
if
I've
you
not
want
been
evidence.
cursed.
Well, I haven't been cursed.
Well, some of us are.
What
I'm gonna do a
Sarah,
silent
yeah.
image of the stuff that we saw in the orbs of both Brimbor and the Baron, and I'm gonna cast that. It's gonna come out like stink lines coming out from me, and it's kind of above me, like Tupac hologram style, and I'll play that out. And you can just see that I'm like opening my mouth and doing the voices, but it's silent image, so you can't hear anything. And I'll show that, and I'll be like, so if it's evidence they need, it's evidence we've got.
Yes.
Oh,
Excellent.
Oh, we're not is this not a clapping occasion? Oh.
oh,
Thank you.
So we proceed to the court where we present.
so we're going to Buffalo, not to the mayor. Is that what we're saying?
I think the more people we let know before we get on in there, the better.
Yeah.
We don't want to just go in there and disappear.
It does seem like they're horrible fiends, so probably getting more allies would help.
I guess they can't die again.
Oh, good point. Yeah, let's go get them.
Head to Buffalo.
Yeah. So you guys sort of gather your allies.
Yeah.
Gather our allies.
You assemble the Avengers of Finefield.
We're putting together a crew.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
The
say
guy
that-
who can't lie.
I don't know. It feels a little more like X-Force and a little less like Avengers.
I'm also going to go and get devotion because if we need to get out of here after this quickly,
Oh
Yeah. So I assume you guys like sort of let people know what you've discovered, clue like Bafo in to all this.
yeah.
Let's go to the middle of the town, do a rhythmic gymnastics presentation in the midst of it, and during it just share what we have learned to everyone that we can contact. Something like that.
Absolutely.
Is that right? Is that correct?
That sounds
I'll have to
amazing.
play that through.
Everybody has
Yeah.
tools.
Yeah. Everyone just make a group performance check.
Hell yeah. I've been waiting.
Can mine be acrobatics?
Yes.
I will give guidance to someone. If I can.
I don't need it.
I'll give it to. I want to say Will because of my delusional love for her.
It won't matter. There's no difference. I got a natural 1, -1 for a 0.
nice,
Oh my.
solid.
I got a 26.
Damn. I got an 18.
Nice.
11.
How about
3.
Obviously, we all know who's the most talented at rhythmic gymnastics. And I've been teaching
Okay.
Larry. So.
Bubblegum Prodigy?
Yeah, I think you guys. Oh, hello, Raiders.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
Barton Butter
Raiding
is
right
so
in the middle of a
clever.
rhythmic gymnastic performance. Never thought that
Yes,
would happen.
our adventurers are
Yeah.
gathering the villagers, calling them to attention to tell them the plot that they've uncovered in this mysterious realm of
Demons.
Finefield. And you,
Devils.
you get their attention with this combination of rhythmic gymnastics and dancing and beat poetry.
Silent image and beat poetry. Yeah.
Yeah, silent image showing these visions you've seen of the true identity of the mayor,
Hey.
the Baron.
Thank
I
you,
think
Will.
Will, you try to like do some rhythmic gymnastics, like you take you take a club and just throw it like directly into Enzo's like temple, and he's laid out.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
It's very good.
But
Insight
you
check.
but you managed to like get the support of a bunch of these townsfolk Bafo and Deidre with her spiked club and Madam Magic are all going with you up to the gates of
Hell.
the mayor's
Is anyone else
manor.
getting Mary Shelley vibes as we do this?
Hell yeah.
They have,
Who's got a
they have
torch in their
torches
inventory?
and pitchforks. It's broad daylight, but they brought torches.
Oh, it definitely.
My
it's
eye-
traditional.
Really up the performance is you light the ribbon on fire.
Whoa.
I have a
Hula
firebolt
hoops.
I can use.
Yeah,
I
you
got
have
it
this
from all that
angry
yoga.
mob of townspeople with flaming ribbons
Ribbons.
dancing toward the mayor's manor.
Time to take
yeah.
our power back.
Bafo is able to get you guys, and he like unlocks the gate for you.
Aw.
What is the plan? Are you going to like storm in and sort of confront the mayor and the baron?
I summon a slightly larger bubble than what my normal bubbles are. My normal bubbles range from like tiny to like this big. I summon one that's like this big, otherwise known as I'm casting Summon Beast, but it's a bubble.
The beast you summon a giant bubble.
It's a flying. It's air. It's an air beast, but it's a bubble.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I am putting on my mage armor.
Smart.
Not forgetting again. I would like to not die.
All right. So as you guys prepare to confront the mayor and this mysterious baron, the support of the townspeople behind you, you are walking up to the front gates. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Dancing up to the front
Dancing
gate.
up to the front gates.
Yes.
I am
Flaming
not.
ribbons.
With flaming ribbons.
When you try and pull off all the weapons that keep getting turning them to people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I throw back my cloak so guns are out. Also, I forgot to mention last time when the guns are out, she has tattoos of black feathers, kind of capping over each shoulder like pauldrons.
Oh yeah.
So she throws back the cloak, pulls out the morning star, ready to go.
And
yeah.
Larry embarks upon their own beat poem of the glory of those guns. Every shadow upon the hallowed muscles of this glorious being sends me into a spiral, a pirouette unlike any I have ever known in all of my years dancing. I am at once become nothing and everything.
Will notices none of this, still bickering with the shield.
Yeah.
It was about love. I will give it 5 out of 10.
I'll take
Bubbles
it.
is
I'll
just
take it.
nodding along. That's just like everything Larry says.
And as you guys approach, you see sort of like in the window, like the mayor, like looking out at this approaching mob. And as we prepare for this final confrontation, as you point,
style. Yeah.
yeah. As you prepare for this final confrontation, we will take a break there for about 10 minutes and come back for the thrilling conclusion.
Yeah.
See y'all in a bit.
Break my heart.
All right.
That's-
Welcome back. Thank you all for joining us for this adventure, the worst goddamn village ever. We are raising funds today for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. So if you can, please help us support a good cause. And either way, thank you so much for joining us. We'd love to have you here. We are jumping back in to our adventure as our party is going to confront the mayor of Finefield and the mysterious Baron, having learned a bit about the nature of the true nature of Finefield and this place and its people. So when we left, you all were approaching the manor with the physical and moral support of the townspeople.
The moral support is really important.
Yeah.
And the moral support of flaming ribbons.
We're all
Yeah.
touching hands. Everyone's touching hands.
Everyone's touching hands in solidarity.
Reaching out.
Almost everyone is touching hands. Some people are waving rhythmic gymnastic ribbons on fire. It is an inspiring sight.
I see Darren trying to politely knock on the door, and I walk up to the door and just slam it with the butt end of the Morning Star. Just slam the door.
Yeah, I think no roll necessary. You bust this thing off of its hinges. It collapses, opening into an ornate hallway. Sort of
Look at Will, just nod.
Gesture after you.
Fancy
thank you.
carpet, sort of like old-fashioned, old money, like ornate sort of decor. You can see down the hall. You can hear like a large like fireplace has been lit, casting shadows upon the walls, as you can see in what looks like some sort of hall or like a dining hall. And as you approach, you can hear the voice of the mayor as he is talking to the Baron. And as you approach, you see that the Baron is sort of seated at this long, fine wooden table, laid out with a spread of food as he's like eating what it looks like dinner, like cutting into this fine steak. There is wine, but not Finefield wine. It looks like it's been imported from somewhere else.
Okay, don't get up.
They've got all the bubblies here. Bubbles.
Oh,
Like,
do you have bubbles? Is it bubbly?
what? No. What are you doing in my house?
I would like to cartwheel along the dining room.
What are you doing? Stop cartwheeling. We're having a meeting.
Listen. We'd like a word. If we could step out and have a little bit of a chat, I can stay with the Baron and, go tete-a-tete. Pick up the conversation.
Oh, we're separating them, right?
I think.
There goes. Yes, that is the plan. We're going to separate them and talk to the one about going against the other.
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're doing this.
Well, we really don't like this purgatory that you've kind of set up for all these dead people. So.
I guess we're just gonna put it right out there on the table.
Sometimes you're cursed to have your inner monologue be out there, Hey, game speed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What are you talking about? It's what's happening here.
You see the
The
Baron.
problem is we're not dead. So this is what I have the main complaint about.
Well, if you would like to be dead, that can be arranged.
If you try to
very
kill her,
hospitable
we're gonna have
now,
problems.
You see, as he's talking, the mayor looks maybe like 3 inches taller.
Okay. Hold the phone. This is not. We're not looking to. We've got a little bit of a problem with the shield here and the curses, and if we could just have those dropped, that we'd be really.
No,
grateful.
we don't. Everything's fine.
Shut
up! You're on your last warning, mister.
I think they're the only ones that got cursed, but there's certainly plenty of people in town that are cursed and they don't enjoy it either.
Although perhaps some of them should be cursed, but a shopkeeper not being able to lie is probably a net good.
Yeah, with the fortune teller not being able to see the
I
future.
can't help
seems
but think we're doing a little
rough.
bit of a Paula
You know, you don't
Abdul
just-
MC Cat 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing. Where...
Perhaps
even
we
see
hear
the
what the mayor
future.
has to say, and as I step there and put my hands out, I assume there's
Do you touch
cutlery
hands?
or things that just start flying on the table.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Table.
see the fork and knife that the Baron is like cutting a steak with, like fly out of his hands
Oh.
and stick to yours. And just like without skipping a beat, he sort of like gestures with his hands and conjures like this ornate like sacrificial dagger and mashing fork and continues eating.
Oh.
You see,
Right,
you
that's
hear
cool.
buzzing. That same droning rumbling somewhere outside of the building. But the Baron, who's dressed in this like sleek black finery and a black like sheer veil over their horns, pulls this back, and you see their red skin, very angular features, very classic devil, like thick horns, almost like Tim Curry in Legend, like very
Oh,
like.
no, he's
big.
hot. Larry says out
Yeah.
loud.
But a touch more like androgynous.
Oh no, they're hot.
Just
Larry
like, as Brimbaugh is seething at just the audacity of you to barge in here and
Can I cast Fast Friends at this moment?
yeah.
It's 30 feet away. I thought it was touch, but it's 30 feet.
Yeah. What is needed for that spell? Is this a saving throw on his part?
Yeah, so wisdom saving throw, just DC 15.
DC 15. All right. Okay. On a nat 1, he goes, the audacity of you to come here, and he's like pulling out chairs and not join us for dinner, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Baron, I have like the perfect matching ribbon to go with that dagger. Do you want it?
You hold out this ribbon. Roll for persuasion.
You do. 19.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, he opens his hand and sort of like an invisible mage hand takes the ribbon and brings it to his hand. He ponders it and goes, fascinating. Grimlaw, let's hear them out. I want to know what our new guests have divulged from our situation here.
I'm gonna turn and put up my hands to everyone that's pouring in and be like, okay, sorry, we figured something out. The 5 of us are gonna have dinner. If you could just wait outside with the pitchforks and the torches, we'll be 1 second. Just
Bob
1
was like,
second.
oh, okay, we'll be outside.
Thank
Have a
you.
little nap.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Down.
outside is the mob and
Yeah.
presumably a swarm of curse bugs. But you have this moment and to
I will
sit
sit
around
down.
the table.
I happen to have cutlery, so
Yeah, you're set.
Yeah.
Do you have any do you have like I would like really the good
Do you have any
stuff, like a
champagne?
fine wine. Yes.
Do you have any
Oh.
bubbly drinks? I'd love
Oh
a
my
Of course
god, bubbles.
you-
Yes.
He with a wave of his hand conjures bottles, and you would know you would recognize unseen servant, the spell, something picks up these bottles and is pouring them bringing out plates of food for you all. He goes, so, Brynvar, it seems your situation here is not as cryptic as you may have once thought. Please, new
Not very
friends,
buttoned up.
tell me.
You should really try their 35 steps. It might help.
There will be time for many a step after our dinner, but please, speak your piece.
The emphasis. The emphasis, everything. Well, some of us have been cursed, some of us are just, have fine bodily and spiritual control and have just rejected the idea of a curse. But some of us are cursed. Yes. But everyone out there is cursed, and that's kind of not fun or funny. I just don't think it's funny.
I mean, I know
Not
they're
anything.
dead, but
Yeah,
should we be mean to them after they die?
it seems like, this is part of why they're here, right? The bartender's afraid of glasses, the night watchman falls asleep, the fortune teller sees the past. Like, you get it. But we aren't supposed to be here, and we aren't supposed to be cursed.
But by set logic, I am magnetically attractive. So, am I supposed to
God,
be
is
here?
it true?
Yeah.
I wonder, is there some goal you're trying to achieve with this place that we can either help with or circumnavigate? Something that we can, quid pro
Is there a way to
quo.
leave?
Yes, we're friends now. Touch my hand, Mayor
Touch hands.
Bimbo. Mayor Bimbo, touch my hand.
Oh, I reached my hand out to the Baron.
All right.
Okay, we're all touching hands. Tell me,
Sure.
what is on your
Anything
vision
for a
board?
friend.
Show us your vision board. You must have a vision board, of course. You're an elected official. You must have a vision board. Are you elected?
That's step 17.
Yes.
The vision is what you all said. These curses, the torment. I'm going to make this the worst goddamn village ever.
The title has been referenced.
As he looked at the camera.
Well, of course, we'll look at the camera.
Here's the problem. It's not the worst goddamn village. It's just a little shitty. I've been to worse villages.
Yeah.
You could do better, honestly.
True.
I could show you some pointers.
I mean,
the
definitely
Baron
2
is like-
stars. That's a
The
But not
Baron
quite one.
yeah, better than wine. The wine was passable.
The people were pretty nice.
Yeah.
the Baron.
We created a
goes-
35th step, so that was fun.
The Baron goes, interesting, and turns to glare over at the mayor, and he's like, no, I mean, well, you heard them. There's annoying. The shield now talks. This
That is the worst part.
you see,
But I'm not dead!
a logistical problem. You have no idea what it's like to be in charge of the most minor of the minor hells. All right, work with me, my friends. Tell
I thought
them.
this was the middle place.
No, it's just the slightly less bad one.
So it's is it like a little
So
bit
it's the
worse
kind
than
of
Ohio?
bad place?
Yeah.
I can do better. I can make the curses. It looks now like he's trying to plead with the Baron.
If I may, if you do better, it will be the slightly better than not quite the worst place ever. You need to do slightly worse.
Right, that's what I mean. By better,
Okay, but are we
I mean
supporting this? Just checking
I
in
don't
with the
know.
group. Are we trying to help?
How bad were
This-
these people? Do they deserve worse?
worse. I think
This feels above our pay grade.
all of you, I would say, make a wisdom check. Just the group wisdom check.
Sorry.
Not a save, a check.
Correct.
Come on, baby.
Dirty
Ooh.
20.
Dirty 20 for
Makes
me as
sense.
well.
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Oh my
Makes
God,
sense that I
Nick.
only roll high when it's associated with rhythmic gymnastics.
Will and Darren.
13.
Okay. And what did Bubbles get?
A 10.
Okay. I think Darren and especially like Amora and Larry, you get a read of the situation. All from the visions you saw, all of the offenses have been very minor. You know, like these people. These curses are a new thing. Brimba, it seems like, has been trying to like increase the torment and make things worse. He is trying to torture the people of Finefield to get essentially a promotion.
Sprinkling in some spice.
Yeah, but isn't that like counterintuitive? If this is supposed to be like the most minor of places for like the least worst offenders, why would you make it worse for them? Isn't that like against the laws of the house?
I feel like we're getting caught in semantics. Are we able to lose our curses and get out of here?
Yeah,
if they deserve to be here,
I'm
they
not
deserve to be here.
concerned with how you handle the afterlife. That is not my business.
However, consider that maybe we could handle the afterlife.
No, I don't want to consider that. I prefer not to.
Yoga retreat!
Yes. Here's okay. So Bubbles, you get me. Bubbles, we are one mind. We turn this hell into a yoga retreat.
I scoot my chair closer to the mayor, and I'm like, "Please take this curse off of my shield."
We make them follow the 34 steps. It will be
No.
rigorous.
5,
It will be
35
hard. It will be
steps, touch
punishment.
hands.
35 steps. You're correct.
No.
I apologize.
You
I never do
see-
that, but I do to you. And then
you
they
s-
become better and they graduate.
The mayor now, who has been like growing and his flesh is warping as he seems to get like more and more angry. His fingers growing into claws, resembling more the fiendish figure that you guys saw in his past. And he says, "No, I am good at my job. This is my career advancement that is at stake."
It is
And
very important to
will
have
not-
affirmations that you say in the mirror, aspirational affirmations. I am good at my job. You say it enough, you become it. You're not there yet,
Step 13.
but you know, you're on your way. It's very good. You've got progress.
The Baron like raises a finger, and says, "I've finished my dinner, and I tire of this." You see, like flaming chains, sort of wrap around the mayor and like anchor him down to the ground as he is now in full monstrous form.
Did you do a routine with those?
I don't think he can do that at the moment.
With these chains? No. The Baron turns to you all and it says, "It's apparent to me now that perhaps Brimbar is not as adept at his position than I once thought. So, if he is not to rule Purgatory, Finefield, who do you think shall?"
Oh, Larry would be great at it.
So would Bubbles.
Aw.
You know,
Yoga
post-
retreat and rhythmic gymnastics camp.
Does sound a little like hell.
And you guys have an opportunity here, I will say, to decide as a group who should be the mayor of Finefield or who should rule purgatory.
I mean, I think a yoga retreat has a lot of potential for mild torture.
Pain is part of
Yeah,
growth.
that's true. Until you reach about step 27, it does suck.
Well, maybe we could do a council. I mean, Darren's had a lot of jobs.
Oh, true.
I've
He could
ruled-
provide
I've
some
ruled.
valuable input.
I've ruled a level of hell. It's not all it's cracked up to be. I'm retired. I don't need that.
Just kind of
Oh,
pulls
look
his
at your
shirt down,
prior
shows a tattoo
experience.
on his shoulder of
Yeah, the
flames.
Like a
bear goes-
brand.
He says, I worked
Yeah.
under this. I worked under Dispater and Dis for a little bit, making some constructs. You know how it is.
I thought I
No, it
recognized you, yes. Well, it seems then we don't have need of this one anymore. Motioning to Brimbaugh as like there are these curse bugs sort of like swarming through the joints in his like chitinous,
Not
like
the bees.
insectoid body, like, as he is like part insect, part hive itself. And he's like,
Are you cursing
wait,
yourself?
wait, what?
Are you cursing yourself?
No,
I think the
these
Baron's doing that.
are an, an extension of my power. That the Baron like snaps and like a iron muzzle clasps over the mare's maw. Larry, were you about to say something?
May we keep him? I see how he has a lot of room for growth. And I
Yeah,
think
he
we set
could
him in a
really use
program,
the
yeah.
steps.
You see him in chains and the muzzle going, and he goes, the Baron goes, very well. I shall leave the management of Purgatory to the five of you.
Does it need to be all five of us?
No.
Yeah, that
I
Like
suppose.
we're a team.
We could give you like figurehead roles, and you.
I
can
guess-
go-
No,
I
I'll
guess
have
the real
nothing to do
question-
with this. Thank you.
Well, I guess the real question is, we're in charge, but does that mean we also have in and out privileges?
through the
like
back
with
door.
parking.
Do as you like. And he makes a gesture with his fingers, and a wand appears, and he slides it to you all. You would know that this, upon like picking it up, you would know this is a wand of plane shift.
See? All of our
I will-
problems solved.
And the Baron says, I will take my leave of this. This has been amusing enough, but I will leave the logistics to you. Oh, and he snaps his fingers, and you hear popping, bursting, burning. Outside, the curse bugs, one by one, are obliterated and fall from the sky. You hear the shield go, wait! Where? And it is once again a regular shield as every curse is broken. Boffo wakes up.
like tapping at
clap.
it to make sure.
Does it have its beak like open, like
Nothing.
it's trying to scream?
Yeah.
Serve that shield right.
Of metal.
It's just a crash of metal, yeah.
And as the Baron takes his leave and teleports in a pillar of flame, the five of you seem to have some power over what happens here in Finefield. The mayor now shifted and restrained back into his human form, still chained. His fate is up to you, as is the fate of everyone here. And it seems like you don't have to stay here. You are free to, as Bubble said, you have in and out privileges. Yeah, I think there will be in our epilogue maybe a note about what comes next for this party. But are there any final notes that you all want to say about what happens in the immediate future for the 5 of you.
I'm very excited to turn this level of hell into a symposium for self-improvement.
I just start buffing out my shield, all the scuffs in it that I've been putting in, smacking it and stuff. Now that it's just my shield again, I start buffing it out a little.
Bubbles turns the wand into a ribbon. Like,
Perfect.
A rhythmic
A
ribbon.
ribbon of plane shift.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna finish eating some meal. It was good.
Yeah.
That's a good point. There's some very good wine here. I think we should just, enjoy
I know.
ourselves.
I like she takes 2 bottles, but she's drinking them out of the champagne flutes, but she's just like taking 2 of them.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go to that bartender and offer them a glass of wine.
Only when they make it to
Any-
step 7.
Fair enough.
Any final notes or thoughts from Darren?
Darren's going to walk out to the entire mob and just kind of raise his hands and say, "We've got good news and bad news. Good news is curses are dropped. Bad news is you're in hell."
Oh.
Hey, now if you say boo, you're here because it's your own fault. All right, so just calm your tits. Now
Internal
you're going to
locus
be
of
listening to
control.
Larry and Bubbles. They will be your coordinators for the rest of eternity, and I'll show up every now and then. And if you give them shit, you'll have me to deal with.
I'm just in the background, like, walking on my hands.
Yep, the place is going to change.
There is an appropriately lukewarm response as everything is now going back to just okay, and everything truly is just fine in Finefield.
Tepid, just the way water and food should be.
And I think that's where we will end it. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Owen.
Thank you, Owen.
Thank
Thank you for taking us along on this adventure. While we have a chance, I want to thank Rook, the holder of the keys to our kingdom, for getting mostly our voices and faces in the right places at the right time, and moderating the chat and doing all of the behind-the-scenes sort of stuff that makes something like this go. And now we'll just do a quick once around, tell everybody about yourselves, where they can find you, what you're up to, and we'll start with Carly.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm Carly Steichen. You can find me at Carly Steichen on the socials. I'm also can be found at Armadillo Dice on Etsy, where I make those fun little math rocks and clickety clackies and all that stuff. And I play games here. And sometimes on another channel called Wanderer's Haven. And yeah, that's me.
Yay. Violet?
I am Violet Crow, and I am here. You can find me here, Hit Points Not Required, one-shots, happy hour chats on our off weeks, other exciting content coming soon, etc. Also in our Discord.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic. Good shout out to the Discord. That is also where you will find the epilogue from this episode in maybe a few days or a week or whenever it gets posted, but you should get in there now so that you're ready when it drops. Owen.
Yes, hello, I am Owen J. Ace. I am an actual play performer and a writer and game designer. You can find me here on Hit Points Not Required, also on High Shelf Collective, their Twitch channel, where I'll be this Saturday doing a Morkborg one-shot. But you can find me at Ace of Squares on all socials, or in the Discord. Chat me. Let me know if you want this adventure released on DM's Guild, because I am working on that. If you would like to play the worst goddamn military.
Who wouldn't want to play in the worst goddamn village ever? Jacob.
Yeah, I'm Jacob Motion. You can find me there. I'm also on Theatre of the Mind Flayer, an actual play podcast and YouTube series. Yeah, you can find me here. I think later in the year we've got something pretty special coming out. So keep an eye out for that.
For sure. Trip.
Hi, I'm Trip, or Sarah Trip Sword Out. I exist allegedly, and I can be theoretically found on social media. Good luck to you. May the odds be ever in your favor. And I will be on but I am on our Discord. I do exist on Discord. And occasionally on High Shelf Collective, along with Owen.
Hell yeah.
Yay, so you exist in a lot of places. That's the thing.
Theoretically, yes. Allegedly.
I am Chuckles. That's Chuck with an L-A-Z. You can find me on most forms of social media by that handle. You can also find me here doing these sort of things, talking in happy hour about all sorts of nonsense and whatnot, as well as in a week or so at DragonCon, walking around in costume, running a couple of panels. I will be at a Muppets photo shoot. I will be at a Game of Thrones photo shoot. I will be at a horror photo shoot with the scariest Mickey Mouse you will ever see. Come find me. I will show me that you follow us on these various forms of social media, and I will have a special gift for you. But in the meantime, have a good night. We love you all. Remember to tell the people you love that you love them. And also remember, hit points are not required to help out a good cause.
Thank you, everybody.
Woo!